glass still.
What's up,
It's
Josh?
right in front of you.
I have a glass. I just never use this thing. Every week you guys are always toasting these glasses. I'm like,
What's up, Josh?
You
Woo! We're trying your Grapefruit Slam IPA.
It's not Josh Cook.
Why does it say
Fuck
dIPA?
Double IPA.
Oh, it's a double IPA.
No, Josh Gady was the one who texted me
it's
about
not
this.
that Josh.
Yep.
Different Josh. What up, Josh? We've been missing you at Jits. What?
I just love that that's the
Cheers,
response.
Brady.
Ooh.
All right, let me share this real quick.
What are you sharing? Oh, the
Our
this thing.
fucking.
You were just telling stories. I
podcast.
thought you were sharing more stories, and I was like, "Oh,
Jesus.
god damn it! We got to hear about how Tate was fat, ugly, and stupid in high school, and now you're going to tell everybody."
Brady.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Let's hear about this.
Siri, I don't want to do that.
We'll swap those stories.
There we go. It's working this week.
So, anybody else who enjoyed the phenomenal weather this weekend?
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Super Bowl. It's amazing that none of you have talked about that this evening, even though it just fucking happened.
Dude, the Super Bowl was garbage.
It was about as disappointing as they could be.
First of all, fuck Tom Brady. I'll go ahead and throw it out there. Fuck that guy.
9 of 19, man.
He kissed the owner on the lips after the game.
That old man was looking to make the fuck out.
He legit.
Well, did you
kissed that
see the
dude.
press though?
He just
The
made
press
him
was
billions
insane.
of dollars. So
Oh, yeah.
of course.
The press was literally people were
Hey,
falling
Sarah.
over. You had people that were falling over because the press was crowded in so much. I've been throwing elbows.
Oh,
Get
dude.
the fuck off me! I don't know you.
It is what it is, but still, man. Ooh.
Oh.
That's
What?
I-
June 28th.
like I don't have problems with
What?
defensive
Didn't your
football
wife
games.
already say something about that before?
I think so.
Okay. Let's say.
I like him.
I think so.
He's
Unless
chill.
you said that to me in private, at which point you're not watching the show anyway, so you don't exist, Julie.
Jeremy!
So Jason Edelman won the MVP.
Julian
right?
Edelman,
Julian.
who also was suspended for PED use at the beginning of
the
this
season.
year.
Yeah.
Former
So
teams,
just
you
remember
He's a
that.
stud though.
He is.
Watching him, oh man.
But I'm tired of people already saying that he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. You know who has better stat numbers than Julian Edelman? Dwayne Bowe, and that guy was garbage.
I was thinking.
Just throwing that out.
I was thinking
You
the
don't want
punter
this beer?
was
I
going to
don't
get
want
the
it. It's terrible.
MVP.
Oh, those
see,
are my balls.
I honestly thought that
Everybody was riding Dwayne Bowe's dick though when he was
Oh,
good.
Jesus.
He was with the team.
that I
What are you
would
doing, dude?
I would have
Go.
personally
Get over there.
went
Oh.
with
Oh.
Gilbert or whatever his name is, the corner from the Patriots. Because if you put up that masterpiece of a fucking game,
No.
fuck
Please
Julian
not.
Edelman, his no touchdown having ass. Give it to a defensive guy who fucking made plays the entire game and got snubbed. Defenders seem to always get snubbed. I know there's been plenty of defensive MVPs, but let's be real.
What up, Blair?
That
How you
shit
doing,
was
bud?
bullshit.
Let's know what you're drinking.
Sports.
You know
There
what's
you
awesome?
are.
The halftime show.
He brought the
I
dynamic
know.
to the cast. It's good.
Yeah, we had to watch. Fucking whatever his face was take his damn
Take his
shirt,
shirt
off.
off. But did you not? So
And Big Boy.
I thought Big Boy's part was. I'm a huge Outcast fan.
Yeah.
Me too.
Hey,
But it
Outcast
was
hasn't
so
existed
much
since
better with a
2007.
verse. It was like
I completely agree with you. But the
Hey,
fact that they
Gavin!
even brought him on because they were in Atlanta, I thought that was dope. Now I will say this:
he was getting shit though for doing it from like the community with the whole Kaepernick thing going. Don't support
yeah, no, and
the
the
halftime
NFL,
shows
yeah,
and shit,
yeah.
which I get.
But I don't know if you saw the national anthem, but that lady was phenomenal.
I didn't.
She
see
did
that.
not go and try and do. She did not try and fucking Mariah carry that bullshit.
Thank
with
God
her
for Christina
nine-
Aguilera.
Yeah, her 19 fucking oval octaves.
So there was a there was a
man.
whole Reddit thread taking bets on whether or not she would mess up the lyrics.
I can see that.
But
No, she did. She really did good.
But the lyrics were actually on the
the lyrics.
The Jumbotron or whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck it up.
well, not on the jumbotron, but you know how they have the LED banner
Yes,
on the
yes. And that
the
stadium.
bleacher layers or whatever.
So that stadium is really cool. I don't know how many of you actually know this, but the owner, I can't think of what his name is right now, but he when he built that stadium, he built it completely in mind of the fans and the cost of games and all of the stuff that goes into
something
this.
about this, like
yes.
they keep beer costs low, they keep food costs
yeah,
low,
so everything is $3 to $7. Whereas if you go to Arrowhead, it's $12 for a fucking pounder of beer. And so there, he's like,
who gets smashed off $12 beers? Really?
They do it all the time.
I can't. That's
Cheers.
fucking insane.
That's not true.
Fucking Keystone.
But here's the
That's
thing:
fucking
what
insane.
usually happens is you get hammered before you go
That's
in.
what I would think.
And then you are okay with.
Are we gonna do a Chiefs game next year?
I'm down for a Chiefs.
I've
I'm always
never
down
done
for
a Chiefs game. Never done one.
Neff.
Nefro.
What's up, D?
It's the Nephrodisiac.
Wow. I think that's probably the best compliment he's gotten.
Yeah.
And he's not even on the show anymore.
Not even on the show anymore.
Oh. Chewy, what do you want? You were staring at
Look,
me.
buddy,
with
he
these
sent me a
pop
snap
eyes.
today saying, "Tell me
He's
this
like,
movie."
Hey, play with me.
And I fucking loved it. Space Jam. The opening scene where he's shooting the basketball and his dad comes out and talks to him. I was like, Space Jam? Fuck yeah. Well, Braun makes a second one of those. I swear to God, I'm never watching it.
So I was really drunk last week. Did we talk about Scott Pilgrim versus the World? I want to say in the last 2 weeks we talked about that, where
It might have been
one
2
of
weeks
us
ago.
said,
It happens
I
in
can
your
watch
head.
that movie anytime. Maybe I got drunk and talked to Brad about this because Brad never drinks. But
Could have been Brad.
I want to say that happened.
Nope.
No,
I wasn't here.
No.
I was coherent enough
Damn
to know.
Fredo!
But barely.
Well, now that I brought it up, how do you feel about that movie?
I don't think I've ever seen
I
it.
think I've seen it once on, and I watched it for 3 seconds and then kept on clicking.
How have you
Now I'm
not
gonna have to
seen
watch
the
it.
movie?
Now I'm going to have
You're
to
the
watch
only
it.
one.
It looks like it's supposed to be a dumb movie, and it's very good. It's made by Edgar Wright, the same guy who did Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead.
Cheers, Fredo.
So it's very good. It's very good.
Oh,
I was telling my wife, I
It's gonna be
said,
tough to
I
watch
think
the
this is
second
one of those
one.
movies where if it's a shitty day, I can watch it.
Oh, you ready for another one?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Welcome hates it. I smell a two coming.
Have I
It's
turned
alright,
into
you'll
that
like
person?
it in
I
a
was
year
like,
and a half
you
or
can-
so.
you can smell it in
Next week I'll drink it.
Ah.
What's up, Will? Hey, thanks again for selling us expired beer last week.
Mutter.
$14.99.
$14.99. Oh fuck! Fuck you, James. That price just kept going up, and I was like, discount.
No, wait. Maybe that was the discounted price, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The original price was
Is that for this?
In my defense,
That was for this?
in my defense, there
Fuck.
wasn't
I know.
a price.
How much does that hurt now?
There wasn't a price on it.
God, that's a slap in the face, Will.
The menu tonight:
The Grapefruit Slam.
Slam Double IPA and a regular IPA from
It's a double IPA, all right.
WBC.
Followed by
Who's Chris?
Poncho?
What's up, Chris?
I believe that is a.
Holy.
Chris Cannon, welcome to the show.
What's holy?
Thanks for watching.
Holy.
Why are you licking your
Dominic.
lips over there? You
Welcome.
have
Love the
grapefruit?
shirt. I can never
Alexa,
tag Michael without saying
are dogs allergic to grapefruit?
I love it. What's
I don't
up,
think you're
Dom?
supposed to give grapes
How you
to
doing?
dogs.
Stop being so philosophical in the group
I know
chat.
grapes and onions, but I don't know about grapefruit.
Onions.
Yeah,
Just
onions
trying
are
to
super
argue to
poisonous.
argue.
You're making shit up.
Nope.
Dogs
Nope.
are
Is this something your
onions?
grandmother told you, but you
Nope.
never actually
Something
got
the vet
confirmation
told me.
on?
Oh.
You're full of it.
I promise.
Onions are too delicious.
Let's go it.
Hey, Dom, we all know I'm ugly, but I appreciate that I'm ugly. That's why it's okay.
You're ugly.
Every time Tate talks, a person leaves the room.
Damn.
So, funny story.
Viewer count's gonna drop.
Okay.
Your guy's gonna drop.
So, funny story. Teresa and I went to brunch Sunday morning, and Archie was there, and
Archie is my girlfriend, for those of you who don't know.
I was telling her that I was getting ready to go play disc golf. She's like, "Oh, Wilcom was wanting to go play too."
We went back to the
Toxic to cats and dogs because of disulfides and thiosulfates.
Huh.
There you go.
So they hate sulfur.
Yes.
But and 3 years ago,
Mississippi
doctor
beer.
said that eggs were bad for you. Same thing.
Hi, Julie.
They used to argue good cholesterol and bad cholesterol, and now it's a mix of both.
But anyway, so I talked mad shit. We got Wilcom to go. with us. I talked mad shit to him about playing disc golf, and then I played.
Adam Levine. Hi, Brent.
What did he say? Oh, he didn't.
So if Archie's your girl, are you Jughead? I could be Jughead.
Oh,
I'd be cool with that.
I need to get a California tattoo right on my
Robert
tummy.
Smith,
Right
dude.
here.
Okay,
No, wait,
can
Kansas.
Kansas.
Right
Can we
here.
say this?
Thug
Like,
life.
did anybody else just start looking at his tattoos and trying to figure out what the fuck was going through his mind when he was doing those?
Yeah.
He had money.
Like, I know he had,
I saw,
and that's all it is because it's
yeah.
like the same way I feel when I look at Lil Wayne's
The
tats.
meme said, just give me the whole flash.
What I'm
part
upset
of it.
about, I'm upset
Give me every flash on the wall.
that we cannot see. What's the Jackson?
Janet Jackson.
Janet Jackson. We can't see her nipple with a pasty on it, but he can rip his shirt off and show both his nipples in a halftime
Oh God,
show.
don't be that
That's
group.
bullshit.
Don't be that group.
Give me Janet
Give
and give me both of them. I
Hey.
want it all.
Justice.
I'll put this on here. No, I won't. Nope, not gonna say it. Not gonna say it.
I think
I'll tell you
Don't
after.
do it.
if you polled every person that watched the Super Bowl, everyone, man and woman, and you said, all right,
Sharon's
which
got
would you prefer,
Oh, 50.
Janet or Adam? The majority would say Janet.
Well, I would hope
Because
you
it's
watch,
the
I was
majority.
gonna say watch the Super Bowl.
That's
There's a
exactly
double
it.
standard.
Let's
Why
say-
can't we
okay,
see women's
okay.
tits, but we can see men's tits?
First
I
of
don't
all,
get it.
let's put it this way. Everybody who watched that halftime show with Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake
Was based. Oh,
loved
was
that
it.
shit.
Loved it.
Loved that shit.
Loved it.
Everybody who watched the Adam Levine one.
Was basically retarded.
Basically,
Rolled
they
their,
were like, what
rolled
the
their
fuck?
eyes and fucking said, are we live? Can I fast forward this
Julie,
shit?
of course, you would say Adam Julie.
Oh, Julie, you just furthered the.
We're giving this Super Bowl too much credit.
I just
You're not
called
helping
you basically
yourself.
retarded, Julie. I'm
Remy
so
Lee
sorry.
said he looks like a WWE game character. So
Yes.
just put all the shitty tattoos of
Yeah. Like the old NWO versus WCW or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, Carlo Diaz. Wichita Brew Company is great, but you guys should have compared Stone to Norton's. Hopping Gnome is at the least. Hey, we have been. Has everybody been? Have you been to Norton's?
I've not
I
been
haven't.
there. I've not been
Okay, so I've been to Norton's, and first of all, that place is super
We're
fucking
not-
cool.
We're not comparing. We're just reviewing 2 beers a week, bro.
Very true. But also,
Hopping Gnome is great.
I like
I was gonna say
stuff,
Hopping
too.
Gnome is very good.
I've had them at the beer fest every year.
Yep.
I
They
really
have
like their
great sours.
what is it, mango something mango, and I want to say it was an IPA, but it was really fucking good there. Other than the fact that it's cool because it's like a fucking axe at Norton's, but it's also
Yeah,
ridiculously large.
Yeah, the flight thing.
And fucking,
Oh,
I hit
remember
that shit.
One of you guys had pictures of it,
I think-
and it was just all over.
Yeah, it takes up the
Yeah.
whole fucking
the
table.
whole table.
Yep.
But they're
NWO versus.
they have like a grilled cheese there or something. Yeah, it was always Wolfpack, baby.
Dude, I remember when Sting joined. Oh my
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Those days were epic.
WCW.
god. Yeah.
It got really out of control when it turned into like the.
I didn't have cable like that.
What was
We were
the?
poor.
Tate didn't have
ECW.
cable
I know.
until
I've seen that.
2011.
It's true. We were out in the middle of sticks, man.
I'd like
you
to
guys.
compare apples and oranges. First of all, I like oranges way fucking better.
Oranges and mixed drinks,
Oranges
apples
win,
and lunch.
hands down.
I don't give a fuck about a goddamn dentist, so I'm not eating apples.
Apples are way easier to eat.
What?
Oh, it's true.
Oranges are a bitch.
Oh, because you have to peel the.
Yeah.
Well,
Then they have
it's the
seeds in
same.
it
You
and all
just
kinds
cut
of
them. You
shit.
just
Yeah.
fucking.
No.
Do you not have
Flavor
one?
of an orange,
Do you not
way
have
better.
the thing
Oh
where
yeah,
you just
agreed.
go like this and it cuts
Oh,
the
they're
thing
both
for
delicious.
you?
Orange juice better than apple
Because
juice.
if you're using that thing, apples are way more difficult.
like
to
apple
cut.
I
juice,
love
though.
apple juice.
Naturally, go up to the fucking tree and eat the motherfucker, the apple. You can have 3 of them down.
Well,
by the
you
time
eat an
somebody-
apple straight off the tree. Who knows what kind of pesticides and shit you're
Right?
gonna get? With the orange, you pull off the
Coffee.
rind. You know what you're getting.
Coffee
It's good.
is the right answer.
Fucking coffee and gum
You know,
diet.
He jokes
Who
about
would you
that.
rather have?
I had coffee all day, or I'm sorry, gum all day until 3 p.m. At which point I was driving back. and
Ponchos tonight.
I ordered
It's
a coffee.
Poncho's night.
And I was
Ponchos
like,
tonight.
Super
yeah,
stoked
all
because
right.
Tate's buying mine.
Yeah, I owe him some money.
Ooh.
Turns out the Slam IPA is.
I should tell my wife because she was supposed to make me stir fry. So
Ponchos.
She's
Sorry.
watching.
she, I bet you she's
Casually
watching
My
and
wife's
then listening
sick.
to a podcast.
My wife's sick, so she ain't leaving the house.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She's watching too.
Maybe.
She heard me. It was
No,
meant
she's
to
No,
be.
she's on. She's on. Ponchos versus El Jimador.
Ooh, I had El Jimador and
Ponchos. Sarah, gotcha.
all right, great. I love El Jimador and my cucumber jalapeno margaritas.
What the fuck is El Jimador?
El Jimador is a tequila. It's actually really good and it's
It's a
dirt
rain
cheap.
jacket instead of
It is.
poncho.
It's dirt cheap and it's
How
really
is that
good.
Jimador? That's
Really
Jimador.
It's J's or H's in Spanish.
Jesus
What was it like voting for
Christ.
Trump, Tate?
I can still eat ponchos. Julie, I can still eat ponchos.
Yeah, I'll bring you some.
Julie, what do you have in that pot up there? I saw it cooking.
What are those jalapenos?
Yeah.
Is that you?
Jalapenos.
Jalapenos. God damn, we are fucking terrible people.
Oh, beer. Beer.
Do it.
No, más cerveza. Más cerveza, por favor.
So when you say cerveza, what are you referring to? Like a Modelo, a
I
Sol,
don't care.
A Bud Light,
It could be a fucking. Well, I guess it can't be a margarita.
What's the T one?
But
Tecate.
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 I love it.
not a Tecate.
I love a good Tecate. Especially their Diablo Tecate. Ooh, that is a
I've
good
built
drink.
up on the Mexican lager from, was it Ska Brewing Company?
Ska Brewing.
Ska
They
Brewing.
do a Mexican lager and a tart Mexican lager.
Both
Ooh,
good.
I haven't
I
had the
did
tart
not-
Mexican lager.
The tart is the good one. The Mexican lager was very, very hoppy. And I was
Yes.
like, oh, because I bought the Mexican lager thinking it was the tart Mexican
Mhm.
lager. And I was like, oh, what the fuck is this?
Well,
This isn't what I expected at all.
we bought the Mexican lager because Archie wanted to try it. And she was like, well, I like, Mexican lagers, like stuff like that. So I said, okay, got it. And I tried it and was like, wow.
Yeah.
First time, wasn't a fan. Second time,
Sours.
it's a little better. A little better.
Are we ready?
We got this one. So the first one, 15 people, still more viewers than the Super Bowl. Love y'all. Yes, Jeremy. Yes.
No, so like,
Fuck the Super
wasn't
Bowl.
the average Super Bowl ticket like $3,000 or something?
$3,000.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Holy shit.
For
It's a grand
a
of
Oh,
shitty
here we go.
IPA.
Review go. Tate 5, 6, Jason 5.6, Jason 3, Nate 7, Tris 6. Oh, you got this wrong.
Oh, man.
You fucked this one up. You
So
fucked this
$3,000.
one up, Gavin.
I was going to say, you got Nate's wrong. You got me. Almost spot on. It's like you know me, man. It's like you know me.
It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Fist bumps.
Wait, who picked this one?
I did.
Yeah.
Tate, you're up.
I am,
away.
and I'm gonna keep going with what I was talking about. So $3,000
Time.
for a shitty
Time.
game and a shitty
Time.
halftime game. Whatever they call it, halftime
Your review
show.
has started.
Anyhow, so this was recommended by a friend. He said he really liked it. It's the Stone Grapefruit Slam IPA. It's a zesty double IPA with grapefruit peel. It's 8% alcohol.
That's why grapefruit.
And damn, they got like 3 paragraphs worth of shit on here. I'm not reading that. It is definitely big. Like, it's a big beer. You can tell it's alcoholic.
When you say big beer, what do you mean by big beer?
I was gonna say the
Because
I
same
just
you
mean
thing.
big alcohol.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, you've referred to other beers as big
Like
beers, but
higher
it's always like
content.
heavy flavor.
It's like you can, when you taste it, you're like, whoa, that's got some booze in it. It's bitter. I don't know if I prefer if they would have used more of the fruit of the grapefruit and less of the peel, because they specifically say
The
grapefruit
peel.
That's
Yes,
what I was
and that
gonna
makes
say,
way
too.
more sense now. That way,
Yep.
And I think the peel is lending a bitter, is compounding the bitter component of it. As far as aroma, you guys all
Yes,
commented. You guys all commented on the aroma as soon as you opened your can. I
Yeah.
didn't get so much of that. What was the?
Fuck, I had my
Pine.
can right here.
oh, dude, yeah,
I
he
was like,
popped it. You
whoa.
could smell it as soon as you popped the top.
It was hoppy,
Yeah,
hoppy
dude,
It was
grapefruit.
pine.
It was, yeah.
There was. I don't think it has a grapefruit smell to it.
No,
A lot of pine.
but it does make way more sense that it was said that it was the peel
I know. I wish I would have seen that.
because I would have.
And not the fruit.
Yeah.
I was thinking grapefruit shandy.
Mhm.
This is not grapefruit shandy.
Nope. I was thinking that the what is it, Ruby Soho. That,
This is 3
Oh,
grapefruit
yeah.
shandies.
I was thinking the Ruby Soho, and I was like, yeah, hey, dude.
This is a dank,
What's up, Joey?
bitter,
Sculpin.
IPA.
sharp.
You have a habanero sculpin.
It's dry too. I mean, I'm not feeling
Oh, yeah,
like
it is.
desert tongue, but
Really?
not total desert
God
tongue.
damn.
No.
What is your flavor profile like?
Carlo, have you tried the Ruby Soho?
Normal. But it's not my favorite. Like I have really started to really like in the IPA class. I like the juicy IPAs. I've actually for the third time now I bought the Cosmic Space Camper by Boulevard. I bought that. I've sought it out. I'm like, I actually had a Yakamaniac in my hand this past week, and then I saw it. I put the Yakamaniac back and got it.
Damn.
And it's good.
I like the Yakamaniac.
Yeah.
You mentioned that. I went to Brad's house this weekend. I
Thanks,
opened the
Fredo.
fridge,
Go on.
and it's
Thanks
literally
for
like
joining,
they've been
Fredo.
watching our
Buddy.
episodes. All the
Joey,
fucking
it's not
beers that we've
tardy
been
at
talking
all.
about were
It's not
fucking
tardy
plugged in
at
their
all.
fridge.
Really?
I'm like, what the fuck is happening here?
That's
And
great.
they're like, oh, you guys have a show? I was like, what the fuck? There's no way.
So this is not. I mean, it's not bad. It's just it is very potent. Very potent beer.
Spencer!
I would say I would buy this again, but not regularly. So I'll give it a.
Even for a price point?
Shots
So
fucking
I really don't.
fired.
No, but that's legit. Like for a price point for this, it
yeah.
would
That
you?
is a factor, but you're gonna hate this about me. When I
You don't
shop, I typically don't look at prices.
Well, no, and that's fine. But
I
I'm
just
saying
say
for,
that's what I want, and I get it.
for them, for price point for this, is it?
This has a high price point.
Yeah, it's
way
very
more
high
than
price
very
point.
high.
Yeah.
Like it was like $15.
Double
for
what a
six-pack.
normal six pack.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a 6.
Oh wow.
But
All right,
I
6
mean,
and shit. This thing time
7
3
minutes
minutes.
later.
3 minutes 38 seconds.
I'll talk about other stuff too. And I was interrupted no less than 9 times.
Oh, so we'll take off 10 seconds for interruptions.
10 seconds.
15.
They're the long-winded fuckers on this couch.
Yours are like 4.5 seconds. You're gonna be like, not great.
I'll give it a 5.
Yeah. He was right. I like this flavor. 2.
I was very 7.5, 8 range taste wise until
Wow.
the $14, $15 6-pack set in. I like it a lot. I think they did the rind taste well. It's very bitter, not overly dry to me, but I think I like grapefruit IPAs. This is a double IPA, so it's going to be a lot harsher than a normal. The last rind beer we did was orange peel something, and it sucked ass.
Wasn't that
This
the
is
stone?
done. Maybe.
I was gonna say, I think it's the same.
That was Tangerine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that was
Nobody liked it.
Oh, no, it was
stone as well.
Yep.
I think this one's done a lot better. I'm gonna go 6 just because I won't buy it, but I do dig the taste of it.
Wow.
And it's 8%, so you drink 2, you're gonna be buzzing pretty fucking hard.
I've almost finished 2, and I will
So
agree.
this is my second one.
What's up, Curtis?
Which
So-
means, who was our second beer tonight? They're gonna get a good rating.
They're gonna get a great
Wichita
fucking
Brewing
rating.
Company.
Also-
Wichita Brewing Company, here we come.
This is not a beer to start on. If
No.
you're looking for craft beers, do not start with a $14 beer that's gonna kick your
It's
ass.
gonna ruin this.
It's gonna
Start
attack your tongue and
Start your
kick
mom
your
on
ass.
this one.
All at the same time.
Holy
You
shit!
want an IPA? Take this,
Wait,
mom.
does this have IBUs on it? Does
Yeah,
it?
give that to your mom.
Holy shit!
And if
No,
you haven't
no,
watched
no.
last week's episode, check out our shortened version on YouTube. It starts off with Jason.
Oh
poisoning
my
his
god! All right,
Poisoner.
mom.
after he's done with his review, you're gonna read all the shit that's on.
No,
here.
I can't.
Yeah,
I'll
dude.
read
Public public reading?
No.
No.
Hey,
I'm dyslexic.
You
He
say will
talked
calm.
about his
We're
stuttering
that
problem last week, so I'm gonna fucking.
I'm
My
gonna flashback to third
John, I'm so
grade.
salty when you
speech
forgot to
stuttering
shout out
in
to
front of
the
everybody.
No, it was a
It's
blast. It was a blast. All right, so for me, I wish I would have read or at least been told that this was grapefruit rind to start with, because it made way more sense afterwards. I'm not really a fan of a rind of anything.
Yeah.
Like maybe a zest to make like a rimmer or something for it. Like that's fine.
or lemon meringue.
Or lemon meringue, yeah. I'm cool with that, but like I don't
Dig the rhyme.
I don't dig the rind. That's about the best way you can put that. As far as the flavor goes, it's definitely bitter. You can tell that, which you expect with a double IPA. It's not going to be sweet or anything like that. You're going to get punched in the mouth as soon as you drink it. The flavor I don't really have a problem with. and it's not just because it's literally the price. Like, and I don't have any problem. It was my night to buy it. I don't have any problem with that. But for this, like, yes, it's 8% alcohol, and you are going to get drunk off of it.
It's true.
But you're also spending what? It came out to $15 a 6-pack.
Yeah.
$15 a 6-pack. So this is not a
cheap drunk.
It's not. It's not a cheap drunk.
I could get Sea Quench for this, and I would prefer Sea Quench.
So
Is it 8%?
No, it's like 6.
Yeah,
well, even then,
no comparison though. You're right.
even then, how much is it? How much does it take? Welcome, Lost Forever's. How much does it take? 7?
Josh recommended it, Kim.
Tank 7 is actually cheaper than this.
Yes.
And for a 6-pack.
and it's
an 8,
Oh,
9.
I heard
yes.
that too.
Yeah, so like Tank 7, we'll put it in perspective.
It's expensive too.
It's expensive too, but it's cheaper than this.
It's a 4-pack though.
But it's a 4-pack, yes.
No, it's a 6-pack.
They come with 6-packs now. It started making 6-packs, yes.
Instead of it being $11 for a 4-pack, it's now like $14 for a 6-pack.
I thought it was $13.99 at 4 or something.
So there you, and it's 8.9. So
Totally different drink.
totally different. Yes. So I'm not trying to compare them at all, just so that if you
Let's go. Wrap it up. Come on.
But I would
Fuck you,
probably
this is quicker than yours.
I would probably give this a 5. Not a huge fan of it. I don't have any problem with it, but the price of it, the price point, if you're trying to go out, it's just not for me. Like, I'm not going to spend $15 on beer.
But at a reasonable price for you, it'd be tolerable.
If it were say $10, $9, yeah, I would totally go for that. It's a little much, but yeah, just the price itself kills me.
I think at $9 or $10 a 6-pack, I'd be in the 7.5, 8 range.
Oh yeah,
But
I definitely say that.
I'm surprised from you.
That's why I told him, give it a year and a half. You might like this fucking
I
beer.
am truly surprised.
A year ago, I would have hated this shit.
Kimberly, he already did give a shout out to Josh.
So, you said a year and a half ago. It has been a year and a half.
Shout outs.
You have a way different flavor profile than
I fucking hate this. It's
On
two
that,
bitters
I'm
on
gonna go
top of each other. It is that rind and it is that hops,
It is
and
very
it just
bitter.
it makes that end note so dry. Like I can feel my tongue just like it's like it sucks so bad. And I mean I popped it and then it like started to spurt out just a little bit. And I would suck that up. I was like, I already fucking hate this. There's no way in the world this is gonna be good. And
Hey Jason, we have another IPA after this.
I know it's gonna be better than this. Hands down, it's gonna be better than this.
Maybe.
If this had some sweetness to it, just a little bit of sweetness, I think it would make this 1,000 times better. This misses that mark for me. I compared it a moment ago to the grapefruit shandy. That has a ton of grapefruit flavor. I don't get grapefruit flavor from this. The only thing I get is it's a rind flavor. I mean, if you lick the inside of a fucking orange peel or a lemon peel or anything, you're gonna get that flavor. This does not have grapefruit flavor.
I get a little bit.
I get some after flavor to it, and I mean, I just can't get over that. Like, what would make you think, hey, you know what's not bitter enough? A double IPA.
True.
I have to agree that I feel like the grapefruit peel over the fruit of the grapefruit was maybe not a great decision.
I would be very intrigued if they were to make this with the grapefruit, the actual fruit, how it would taste.
It would be sweeter.
It would definitely be
It would
sweeter.
And for me, I don't hate this beer. I mean, we've had a lot worse beers.
Yeah.
I would never buy this beer. I would never seek it out. I would actually turn this down if somebody offered this to me. I'd be like, "Oh, you have a Bud Light? I'll fucking take that Bud Light any day."
Oh shit!
No, you wouldn't.
Any fucking day.
No, you wouldn't.
Blasphemy. Any
no!
fucking day. Because it is sweet. It's a little hoppy. It is not triple dry. It is not triple dry. That's what I feel like with this beer.
Did you hear what he said?
No.
Thank God he's leaving.
Yeah, fuck you. This one's a 4 for me. This is a 4 for
He
me.
poured it. Oh,
For me, it's
I need to make the
Kim, tell Josh. Jason hates it.
Tell him everybody hated it.
I didn't hate it.
I'm just not a fan. It's very, very dry. I expect grapefruit flavor from grapefruit things. And I don't know if that's just from some of the other grapefruit drinks we've had.
I think that was the most disappointing
what?
part. was the fact that I was expecting more of a grapefruit flavor, and it was more of the rind flavor.
The
which,
bitter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that definitely has something to do with it.
Live pour coming up in 3, 2.
Oh, shit.
You gonna cue it?
I mean,
Oh, here it comes.
if anything, I'd prefer
there it
like
is.
an orange rind with some orange flavor. Holy shit, this is everywhere.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very, very foamy. It's lots of head.
Rock Shock, Spencer. Thanks for joining us,
Why
man.
the
Yeah,
fuck does this
buddy.
taste like coffee?
Game starts. Hey, I will completely understand if people turn over to that
yeah.
game starting at 8.
Ponchos!
We're watching the game afterwards here.
Oh, yeah. This is the Wichita Brewing. What's Johnny B's?
Johnny
Why
B's
didn't you wear
beer
your
band.
fucking Wichita Brewing shirt?
I didn't know we were going to pick
You
this.
piece of shit.
And it's also a
Piece of
tank top,
shit.
and this fucking winter
It's
weather
fucking
sucks.
cold outside, and we're in a winter weather advisory because of freezing fucking rain tonight.
Don't be a bitch.
Wow, this is weird colored.
It's a lot darker than I expected it to be.
It's
Look-
like a dark
Look at
brown.
it. Oh.
Isn't that weird? I don't know the last time I saw an IPA that was this color.
Like an amber
Actually,
or honey.
You know the
pale
last
ale
time
I'm
that we
drinking,
saw one like
I will
this?
be watching the game.
A
Sorry,
tropical
guys.
fruit
Hey,
IPA.
you're good. I completely understand. Hopefully, the fucking KU that showed up on Saturday shows up today.
Hopefully the K-State that showed up the other day doesn't show up.
They
Because they annihilated Oklahoma State.
I'm
infinitely better. Yes.
My tongue.
There's a subtle flavor that I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, this
Coffee.
is a
Tastes like
Is that
coffee.
the top? The coffee?
toffee coffee.
Coffee. Tea?
I think coffee, but I also hate toffee, so I never have toffee. But it almost has-
Transcendent tropical hops.
It almost has a butterscotchy flavor to it as well.
Gotcha.
The beer we just
Wait,
did.
beer.
The beer we
This is Johnny B's Beer Band from Wichita Brewing Company. Sorry, interrupted you.
You're good. The beer we just did was the double IPA. This one's the Wichita Brewing Johnny's Beer Band.
It was the Grapefruit
Johnny
Slam
B's
double
Beer
IPA.
Band.
Yeah.
Lol. Lol.
Well, I'm just
Oh,
reading this
you're-
can here.
You're shutting it out.
This
I
is
was
a,
waiting for him to say something because he was reading it.
Did you guys see the Bud Light Game of Thrones commercial?
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
No, but
was
I
a little
read
disappointed.
about it afterwards, and I don't know how I feel about it.
I saw a headline on it and I was like, I'm not watching that.
They actually
Who's
talked
dumb?
about it on 93.7 this morning.
Really?
Because he said Hannah, who does the show, she's friends with my girlfriend. She goes, "I'm not sure if I want to watch the show now. Like, I mean, if there's beer on Game of Thrones, let's do this thing." It's like I'm confused at the split between the two too. So
And it was the fucking mountain and a dragon just crushing. Maybe that's it. The mountain and dragons crush.
oh fuck,
Bud
please don't
Light.
see. Works. This works. Well, did you see? And this goes back. The fucking king from the Bud Light commercials was on.
You mean Burger King?
No. The king, where the guy's like, "Oh, I'd like whatever," and he's like,
Dilly
"And
dilly.
da-da-da." Yeah, the Dilly Dilly King.
Dilly Dilly King.
Like he was in the parade with the fucking New
Oh.
England Patriots,
All right.
Really?
holding a Bud Light up. Yes,
Really?
He was on the float with them.
That's crazy.
Pure side note, now that we've mentioned this, I don't know that I've ever told any of you this story. Not last year, but I believe the year before. Do you know who fucking won that trip?
What trip?
The Super Bowl trip from Bud Light.
Uh-uh.
Anthony and his fucking son.
Oh,
They
he
went
was
there.
telling
Anthony?
And for
he was
like
telling me all about
4
it.
days, all the Bud Light they could drink, all
Where
the
was
shit.
that at? They got flown out.
I can't fucking remember. But he was like,
Yeah,
that was
he
the
told
best
me-
thing of my entire life.
He told me about it at Speaks, I think.
I was
Yeah.
there that night too. I was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck? And the strangest part about that is Vinny, who's his son, his stepdad also won Super Bowl tickets for life from Bud Light.
Weird.
How fucking insane that in the same family that shit strikes twice.
Hey, conspiracy theories.
Jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams.
Jet fuel doesn't metal steel beams.
Sounds like a fucking setup.
Okay, this is growing on me now.
Wow, Chris,
I
you
think
are
the transit-
super
The transition from beer to beer is that's a harsh transition from these two, from one to another. Now that I'm drinking into this one, it's getting a little bit better. Initially, it was like
Really?
Initially.
Oh, initially I was like, oh, thank God, it's an IPA.
Buttery, crusty, flaky crust. Buttery, flaky. You seen that?
Do you say buttery, flaky, buttery crust?
I had something that I wanted to say, but I didn't want to interrupt. And now it's left.
This old dude who has to say buttery, flaky.
Yeah, because I don't like to interrupt.
He keeps fucking it up. He's like, let me say it. And she fucks it up too. Buttery, crunchy, flaky crust. Say it.
There was a couple memes that I saw. One of them was, both these teams are playing like they don't want to go to the White House.
Did you hear? I'm not even going there. I'm not even going there.
Both these teams are playing like they don't want to be fed Burger King and McDonald's when they go to the fucking White House.
When are you fellas planning on having your first event of the year?
Our first event's in the summer.
Not in this weather. For certain.
It's got to be
not
warmer
in this
than
damn
fucking
weather.
negative 10 degrees outside.
At least has to be the spring. But if you like disc golf, we do occasionally.
We did get to go
we
play
don't
on
invite
Sunday.
Jason. But
I fucking said that to this asshole when he was in the car.
Exactly what he said before he picked you up.
I went and played disc golf with Tate, and here comes Tate, and I was like,
And
oh,
Jason
I
goes,
must have lost my
what did Jason actually say? Oh, thanks for the invite.
No, he said my invite must have got lost in the mail.
It didn't get lost. It just never went.
Otherwise, I would have.
You weren't on the goddamn list.
I know.
You
I
wouldn't
don't
have
get
made
to play
it in
Fortnite
fucking
with you fucking two, and then I don't get to disc golf with you two. Fucking
Jason, what if I always told you
that you appreciate that I went to K-State with you?
that I don't like you?
No.
And I'm the social center of our group.
Really? I'm the only fucking reason you're on this goddamn show.
What part of Florida, Carl?
I'm the social center of our group. And, I like Chris and I tolerate Will Come, but I don't like you.
Welcome.
No, the only reason
The only reason Will Come got invited is
I was with Zach on Saturday night, Spencer. He was not going to be in any shape, way, or form of ready to go play disc on Sunday.
Carlo, do you live in Salina?
Central Florida.
Sorry, Carlo. My little brother
Central
lives
Florida?
in Jacksonville right now, so that's why I asked. No, yeah. Disc was interesting. It was very muddy.
And
So
windy.
you two
Very muddy, very windy.
I didn't get an invite either.
I know,
So-
right?
So, okay. So he sort of explained it.
Sunday.
No.
Tate-
I came back Sunday.
Yeah,
I'm just
I
kidding.
figured.
Tate went to brunch on Sunday, and
I would have invited you.
Did you
Mike-
see the bike I got?
No, I didn't.
Before we go to Poncho's, you gotta look in the garage.
Nice.
I got it all shined up.
I would have totally invited you, Chris.
Curtis said, "Tate, don't disc." Hey, Curtis, let him know how much shit he was talking and how bad I lost. I will admit that I lost, but how much shit he was talking for how good he did not play.
I played so bad.
He
I
was
heard you just
terrible.
throwing it in the
I
fucking
played.
ground.
You know, they were just going.
Wichita local. Let me know next time you guys head down. I'll
All right,
be
cool.
there
I'll be there tomorrow.
Thursday because I'm going to Luke Combs' concert.
Do you remember who threw the
You don't
disc
have
that
to-
just stuck straight up?
That
was
was
Curtis.
Curtis.
Hey, dude, it just went. And
Because-
the sun was shining through it. And it was perfectly
It
straight
did.
up
It
and
literally
down.
pinned up and down. Yeah, no, Carlo, I'll be in.
You would have known if you were there.
Suspect.
Wichita on
eat it,
Thursday
Dick.
for Luke Combs' concert. My sister actually lives in Wichita, so I go there quite frequently. And Neff, who used to be on the show.
Yep.
Probably don't know.
We were there a couple weeks ago.
So bad. He's usually better. I'll give him that.
Well,
Curtis
so-
is so fucking calm. This is what kills me. Is Curtis's mentality is like just so like his demeanor is so calm and so chill that he just fucking goes every single time. You never see like he'll be mad and you'll see like a little flinch, but you'll be like, wait, he was just mad?
It's Anthony. Oh, it must be between all the seasons.
What's
Actually, it's
up?
KU and K-State tonight. Why are you not?
July event there.
It starts at 8.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
Still doesn't.
We still
So-
have
20
some
minutes.
time before
I thought we were
there's
supposed to do
one
that last year, Gavin.
What I love about Wilcom is that he repeatedly says, "I don't care if I win, as long as I beat Tate."
That's all that matters. That's all that
I
matters.
realized that what he's actually saying is
One by
Tate's the best, and as long
as long as I beat the best.
as long as I beat the best, I feel good about myself. And so, like, I'm the bar.
Ask
that
Curtis.
sets all the standards.
We poked holes through this shit
Yeah.
because he was not good at all.
Not on
He
Sunday.
was the second worst, only behind me.
Yep.
So I lost in this one.
So wait,
But-
if I was the second worst, only behind you, what does that make you?
I was the worst.
You're the worst.
I was the
And
worst.
Curtis smoked.
We just talked about
everybody.
you.
Yeah, Curtis
Anthony.
did smoke all
So
of us.
cheers to you. And your Super Bowl of last year, year before, something like that. That's
Whoa!
okay.
Have you ever seen any tomahawks like what those two throw?
Dude, I will say,
Oh, are they
those
up and down?
motherfuckers, yeah,
They can
they
tomahawk like
come
I've
up.
never
Holy
seen.
shit!
and so the last one that we did, they
Oh, it was
both
both of them?
tomahawked it.
They
It
both
was,
do it.
I only heard you guys say Curtis was there. I didn't realize Aaron
Sarah
was there.
Oh,
So they
gotcha.
both did it, and Aaron's last fucking tomahawk. Curtis's was nice,
Is that
but
off the
Aaron's
serve, or
was
is that
even
putts or
fucking
what?
better. Yeah, it's off the tee.
Jesus,
Yeah.
really?
It's like,
You
so
fucking
they basically baseball throw it with the disc straight up and down like this, and the disc will just do this crazy spin. And basically just go straight.
It flips over and just,
It
Fucking
does
crazy.
like a 360, but it hits every edge and goes like, it goes off, then it hits a different edge, it goes this way, then it hits a different edge, it comes back. It's crazy.
It is wild to watch in air because of just and you have the wind that was in there, and it's so fucking windy on Sunday that
I'd never seen anybody tomahawk like these guys tomahawk.
yeah,
I'm
they're
like,
fucking
And
ridiculous.
they're using driving discs.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're not balanced to do that. They're
Nope.
supposed to actually be balanced to where when you throw them out, they counterspin and they come back in.
you don't know what you're talking.
I
Don't
do.
act like you're
I
disc golf.
watched shitloads of videos about it.
So
You can watch it. You can
funniest
get a
part-
blue belt by watching BJJ videos. That doesn't mean you know shit
you
about
don't.
jiu-jitsu.
But you can learn fucking science from understanding science.
So funniest
Doesn't mean
part
you don't
about
throw a disc.
Sunday, tomahawk all day, baby. All right, Curtis. So I'm gonna bring it up. Funniest part about Sunday was we were on hole 3 of the south side of Lakewood, and the wind was coming straight at our faces.
Oh god.
So like I go first and I throw it, and it fucking just goes straight up in the air, and it lands down, but it still went farther. Tate comes up and fucking throws this disc, and it goes woof straight up in the air. And at one point, we were all contemplating whether this disc was going to come back to the tee or not because it was so fucking high.
It's like a fucking
it was
boomerang.
blowing
If-
back at us.
If the wind was not there, though, that disc.
it would have been.
Beautiful throw.
It would have been.
It was straight into the wind, and it was right into the sun, to where you could just see the disc, and it looks beautiful. But you're like, wait, it's not moving, and so it just like it went up,
Did you see everybody's eyes
and
starting
then
to
it
get bigger?
stopped,
Like, oh,
and then it started
shit.
coming straight fucking back.
We are not going to be prepared for this review. Can I get another
Boomerang.
one?
Yes,
We're
tell me
like
what
one
to.
drink in. Oh, shit.
Hi, Justin Tennant. Welcome. Anybody know Justin?
What's up, man? Yeah, I work with him.
Nice.
Oh,
Give me one.
yeah. Thanks.
Tate's so dumb, he plays disc golf with a boomerang.
So,
But we did. That's what it was like. It was like a boomerang. Like you throw it up in the air and it comes right back.
so Gavin, I actually last week after our last podcast
Just does it with
looked
that
up the
same
video that you made of all of us playing disc golf the last time, and damn,
You watched it?
I
It
watched
was
it.
It was an incredible.
It was
video.
amazing. It was good.
Yes, Rock Chalk,
He's
Justin,
really
Rock
good at
Chalk.
video, dude.
Especially because he posted it on Facebook 2 hours after we got done playing disc golf.
Really?
Oh, it was
That I
insane.
didn't realize.
Hey,
that
insane.
was a great edit.
Curtis said,
for
"Still
that quick.
outdrive you any day, Tater."
Depends on the hole.
It's not true. You will still outdrive him any day.
You haven't seen my drive.
I haven't, but what I saw on Sunday was not
the Sunday
lackluster.
tater was just bad. That was bad.
It's okay because Sunday Nate was not the best either. That was a rough outing. We should have done the north side, and
So we'll go again.
Definitely need
Don't
to.
tell Jason.
I'm not listening anyway.
I'll send him a text.
Want
It
to go
is-
get brunch first?
Yes.
Just hang out and have some brunch?
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds nice, doesn't it?
It's just the ultimate slap in the face. Can't go to brunch. Can't go
What
play
is it?
disc. Jason,
I'll go to
don't worry.
brunch. I'll go to brunch
Jason,
without you.
don't worry. I'll text you and go to brunch and disc.
I only want to do one of those things, and it's brunch. and it's just to drink Bloody Marys. I
Just
don't
so
wanna
you
hang out
can
with fucking
drink the
Tate.
entire time and not eat any food.
That's the whole point.
Every time I've gone there, I'm like, Jason, you gonna order food? No, I'm just drinking.
Yep.
I'm like, you're such a cheap ass.
I need to bring that
No.
triple IPA.
I'm working on a good day buzz the whole day.
If it's Sunday, you might as well.
Yeah.
There's this country song that plays right now, and I really like it. It's Day Drunk.
Only if you paint me like one of your French girls.
Let's get a little day drunk.
Last time I got day drunk, I passed out on his chair, and I had a burrito on my chest. And
I
it was
remember
like
that
3
day.
o'clock in the afternoon.
Ooh, we've got
What's
a
up, Twitch?
Twitch follower and a
Yo, Twitch,
All-Chat
what's up?
follower.
I was fucking hammered that day. I
So
was
to
drinking
go.
Bloody Marys while everybody else was drinking beer. I was fucking smashed.
That was the dope part of the
It's a good day.
the Blue Sky Super Bowl
So,
party.
Blue Sky, has their business just shot through the roof since they started doing Sunday brunch?
Brunch is fucking ridiculous there.
There's no other place in town that does it.
Oh, dude,
Chuck's does.
Chuck's.
Really
Chuck's
care about
does,
Chuck's.
but
Theirs
they
is more
have their
expensive for some reason too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't understand it. But Sundays they do 50-cent wings. Ooh, that's a fun
Ooh,
thing.
drunkest you ever been stories.
I don't remember if I've ever been to either brunch.
You've been to Blue Sky's brunch because I saw you there. I walked
You
over
were
and
with
said
us.
hi. Was
Yeah.
your- Is that your birthday?
No.
Nope.
Is that your
Nope.
somebody's birthday?
Maybe it was mine. I don't fucking remember.
It
I
was somebody's
drunk.
birthday.
Jason got invited?
If it was
Yeah.
to my to possibly my
It was
birthday.
somebody's birthday. I
So
walked over.
before drunkest ever stories, we got a review.
Yes.
We'll make it short, hopefully.
All right, whose pick
Oh,
was
God
this?
damn it.
Chris?
I picked it.
Oh, yeah, it was Chris.
This is Wichita Brewing Company IPA, and I think it's the only IPA I've had by them.
6%.
And I like it. It isn't overly dry. It's not overly bitter
It was my
like the
birthday.
last one, but
Because my
to
wife
me,
said
it's
that.
still a
Was it
filling
December?
drink.
I
I don't know if it's because I ate before cast
I saw
tonight
you
for
there.
once, but to
before
me
you
it's
drink
almost like a
Brew.
sipping beer instead of like a let's down it quick type beer to where it's just drink after drink. Or maybe it's because I don't feel like it's drying my mouth out to where I need to keep drinking it. I'm not sure. It's not bad. It's kind of I don't know if I get caramely or just like a tropical flavor or honey. I'm not sure. Like I can't pinpoint what it is, but it tastes good and
Just tropical fruit.
tropical fruit. Wow. And then I'm way off.
You said
You
tropical.
said
tropical.
You said tropical.
I don't get the fruit component of it, per
Did you
se.
get tropical?
I don't get tropical. He said tropical.
Well, we said tropical fruit. You said I don't get tropical.
It doesn't taste bad though. It doesn't taste too IPA-ish either to me. Like it's got the bitter notes. They're there, but my mouth isn't off put by it at all for an IPA. Like
You love IPAs now. You fucking
they've
traitor.
grown on me, dude.
I'll bring
It
you one,
says
Curtis.
sours and stouts
I'll bring
in
you
the
one.
intro. Fuck you.
Curtis,
I still prefer
you,
them.
You can have 2 of the Stone Grapefruit Slam IPAs.
Dude, that's like $15 in beer, too, so.
yeah.
Look at him. He's like, fuck, I gotta eat ramen
It's at least
tomorrow
5.
and Thursday.
This gets a 7.5. I think I'll buy it again, and probably frequent it as long as it's not a.
Oh, that's
Limited
how good
edition.
it is.
And
Frequent.
I'd like to know why it's called Johnny B's Beer Band. Like maybe that's a
Solid question.
Wichita backstory.
I'm sure there's a story
or,
behind it, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
So
Probably Johnny be good, but
I have been really.
I love the fucking beard on this guy.
It does. It looks.
Well,
like,
that's the same guy as that's
Yeah, the
John
guy
Brown.
who's- yeah.
It's a solid
yeah,
drink.
it's
that's
all
not-
John. I was gonna say it's all John Brown,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
To me, it's a solid IPA that's not like brash or it's just smooth.
Yeah.
It's a smooth drink.
So I was very thrown off by the initial drink of this.
the transition between the two.
Well, yes,
It's
the
different.
initial, but still, when you take that first drink, there's some. Hey, Chelsea,
What's up?
Steve, you-
there's a. I don't know
6?
what the flavor is, and I cannot pinpoint what that flavor is, but I think Did you say toffee?
Yeah, it's a
Toffee
little
is what comes across to me.
Toffee
Yeah.
is what, yeah, it almost tastes like that at first. And then you start to taste the fruits, the bitter fruits.
On the back.
Which, I actually really like that initial kick. I did not think that I would enjoy that as much as I did when I first tasted it. I was like, which coming from that one,
I still get caramel.
I could see the caramel.
Amarillo.
Oh, that's a long ass drive.
So,
Jesus.
side note, why is that Amarillo, not Amarillo?
Touche.
Maybe it is
Question.
Amarillo.
Amarillo.
Amarillo. Maybe it is. And we're just dumb.
We're just dumb.
Because it's New
Well,
Mexico, not Old Mexico.
I was gonna say, are you speaking in New Mexican or Old Mexican? I don't know if that means. Is that Spanish? Hi,
Charlie.
Charles.
What up, Mr. Winners?
No, but I surprisingly enjoy this a lot more than the last one.
Did you say surprisingly? That's not surprising at all.
No.
You know what? I prefer tap water over
Yes,
dirt.
yes, I probably would take tap
Really?
water.
I
I would
never
probably
would.
get drunk off that more than that one. But no, it really does have a really good flavor. That initial, like, I don't know what it is, the toffee caramel, whatever you want to call it, it's very subtle, but you can really taste. I guess it wouldn't be subtle if you could really taste it. But the flavor is very good, and then it bows out to that kind of. It's a subtle bitter taste. It's not like a punch you in the mouth bitter, where you sit there and go, "Oh my God, can I just spit this out?" Or so.
The last one.
Yes. Yes. So I would probably give this one a 7.5.
Thanks for
God
like, Fredo.
damn it, Charlie.
7.5.
He asked that same question last time, didn't he?
Is he fucking with me right now?
I
Are
think
you
he's
fucking with me?
I probably wouldn't. Actually,
Spook Road. Spook Road goes great with lasagna.
Is that the what's the berry?
Spook Road.
berry?
God.
Carantz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carantz, that was the one.
Yep.
Tastes like lasagna.
It might have been
I would say a
somebody else.
sour, Charlie, if you want to go with lasagna. Good sour.
A really good dark beer goes well with
Don't listen to Jason.
anything spaghetti.
I know you,
asked about
Charlie.
Spaghetti, haha. It's lasagna this week. Damn it.
I love lasagna. It's my favorite.
I know. My
God, I
wife made
love
it for
lasagna.
you because even though you're a piece of shit, we love you, Tate. We love you.
I would definitely go with a 7.5. And I wouldn't go out of my way to buy this. But
Which is appropriate for a 7.5.
also, I would, if I was in like Wichita and getting ready to do something stupid, I would be like, all right, which Wichita Brewing Company would I buy? And this would probably
Maybe
be
this.
one of them.
I get the V6 before this one.
I get
I haven't had the B6.
V6 is good.
V6.
They also have the V12.
I think I like this one better than the V6.
Are you serious?
I've not tried it, but yes, they have a V12.
So it's a double.
That sounds
I think
terrible.
So also make me
Get it,
think,
Jason.
What I haven't had V6?
This tastes like what you. If somebody said, I had an IPA, this is exactly the flavor that I expect. There's nothing surprising about it. There's nothing outstanding about it.
It also
This
looks very
is
dark.
Totally middle of the road IPA to me. It's not overly sweet. It's not overly dry. It's not overly hoppy. It's not overly bitter. It's none of the characteristics that most IPAs have or try to pursue. It's not juicy. It's not any of those things. This is average all the way across the board, which isn't bad. I mean, it doesn't fail at any note. So I do have to say, if I was going to buy an IPA, if I was going to introduce my mom to an IPA, this is an IPA. Here's an IPA. It wouldn't be this. It wouldn't be this fucking guy. It'd be this fucking guy. But on that note, I would bet you that this thing is well above 50 IBUs. I mean, it's kind of bitter. It is kind of bitter. It doesn't have it on there. Look.
Oh.
But it's not bad. It is everything that you'd expect from an IPA. So with that in mind, I wouldn't buy an IPA. That's what's so hard about this. It's not that it's a bad beer. I would just never buy an IPA, which makes this a 6 automatically for me. So it's at the top range of would I buy this again? I wouldn't buy it, but I would never turn it
For
down.
an IPA, like 7's your ceiling.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Kinda.
I think the Cloudcatcher got an 8 from me because that was just fucking incredible. And then the one that we did at Hydra, fucking, man, maybe I'll go back.
Milkshakes.
I
Milkshake
still,
IPAs are
I
delicious.
still think about that beer, and I'm like, oh, I should have. That's what I should have got in that fucking, what is it called?
Growler.
Growler. There we go. That's
Does
what I fucking
IPA
should have
stand
got.
for it's probably all right.
So, for me, it's a 6. It's not that it's bad. Don't get me wrong. I mean, that's why everybody's rated it a bit better. But it's an IPA. I mean, this is a solid IPA.
Charles, if you're serious, it stands for Indian Pale Ale.
He's not serious.
Never be too
So,
safe.
for within the last couple of years, any time that I've gone to the store to buy a beer that is solely for me and not a beer that I'm buying with the intent of sharing with others, I typically get an IPA. So I drink a lot of IPA.
Yes.
Would have never guessed that.
I do get other things. Like I did buy that
When?
winter double block. I bought that.
Well, I bet you bought that more than once.
more than once.
Yeah.
Because it was really good.
That is
There's
fucking incredible
there's a
beer.
couple others that I've gotten as well that have stood out. But I do like IPAs, but I don't like the bitter bomb IPAs. I like the IPAs that are juicy, and that's something that you'll see now in the labeling. They'll specifically put juicy
Yeah.
on the label, and that typically tells you that it has a little bit more of that citrus.
The Space Camper.
The
why you
Space
went with
Camper.
that. Yep.
It's literally got it on the label. It's a little bit sweeter. It's not quite so bitter, but it's got all those
That's
good
like how
hop
they call it
aromas.
cosmic
It's more
IPA.
hop aroma than hop bitterness. And it still has that ABV punch, so it's got a high alcohol content. This one, the color-wise, is actually kind of surprising. Most IPAs don't have this kind of
It's
deep,
a little
darker
more
color.
clear.
It's-
It's a little more yellow, but I don't know. This doesn't have to do with the tropical note, so it's a little cloudy. It's a little dark.
I get some of the fruit notes, but they're on the back end, and they're like they almost are kind of maybe this is the other IPA coming through, but it's more of a rindy,
How do you like that?
a rind beer or a rind citrus note. Not so much the fruit of the citrus, but the rind. But toffee is one of the flavors that I do get. Honey,
Yes.
toffee.
I don't get honey.
I
do
get a little bit of
toffee.
honey. This is different than a lot of IPAs. This is unique. Not
The initial flavor is very unique.
the first 5 drinks I had of this were not pleasant,
The first 5 drinks.
but it was a transition from the other.
Oh
one
yeah,
that we
from
had.
that one, yes, definitely.
But I love IPAs. This is not my favorite type of IPA, so I'm gonna go 6 for 6 tonight. 6s. I would
this pair well with a salty food?
maybe.
I feel like
Could
this
see
would
that.
go
I-
perfect with the salty
I
food.
think both of
I
them
feel
would.
like if you had peanuts right now, this
Are we
would be
talking
great
salt?
with it.
Like what kind of salty food?
I don't know. Something with pickles or like a pickled slaw or
That doesn't sound like salt.
It's very salty. I mean,
If
you
you
don't
had
think
any-
pickles are salt?
Pickles are very salty.
Yeah.
They've always been salty.
Kind of dilly.
Dilly dilly.
Where do you think the dill comes from?
Jesus Christ. No.
Obviously, a rhyme.
From dill,
It
the
has lots of salt in
spice
it.
and herb.
Never. Don't you dare put that in there. But there's not any salt in that at all. In that process, there's none.
So we're probably going to end the stream a little bit early tonight so that we can watch the KU K-State
No, we're
game.
not.
We're gonna end it at 9.
Tomorrow
we're not.
morning.
Like we
Hey,
discussed.
Jason,
Not
you
gonna
don't
do that
fucking
at all.
decide when we end. We decide, Chris and I, when we're going to
I
end.
vote.
Are you-
I vote in.
What-
We're
what
not
is
gonna
this?
end early.
We talked about 9.
You just
That's
made me
a
spill
fucking
beer.
hour from now. No, that's because
I'm-
you're drunk. You're an old drunk.
What's up, Haley?
You're the guy at the bar who talks to people and you go, and then you step off the stool and you kind of stumble a little bit. And everybody's like, don't worry about him.
He just gets
He's
fucked up.
harmless.
I'm down
He's
for both.
harmless.
He's a really good guy.
You could split it in the middle.
But we are also.
Yeah, see? The house
Which is
the house
now like you were preparing
where
for
we
King
fucking
Neff.
film this in.
Right
We
now,
are going
no.
to.
Right now, no. But if this
Uh.
next hour feels long, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know?
Jason,
never feels
you
like-
don't decide what we do.
Look,
I decide what we do.
that's hardly true. But
You show up and have fun, Tate.
I know. I was gonna say, look, I honestly believe that our show starts to kick into us right at an hour, and then it's like, hey, let's just fucking bullshit. You know what? You guys got your beer reviews. Fuck off. Pay attention to the bullshit. That's what's happening right now, and I feel like those are some of our best moments, some of our best and most enlightening moments.
Well, then just take it away. Somebody else talk up than Jason.
Ooh,
Please. Good
hey,
dog.
people who are watching, which are only 500,000 of you, according to the live viewings, what do you think? What do you think about a Brews Bros BS box where you get 4 blind beers, 6 of each? You get some cards, which all of you who sit around and you talk about Brews Bros BS, because that's all you ever do. Let's be honest here. You drink
Those
these
guys are assholes.
Yeah. you drink these beers, and then these all have flavor profiles. What do you taste in this? And you circle it. Hey, I'm checking this out, and it looks great. I think this tastes malty. I think it tastes Galaxy hops. I think it tastes like chocolate. I feel a bit of tobacco in here. You know, that kind of flavor profile. Or it was barrel aged. And you circle this on a card, and you all bullshit about it and talk about it. Try to persuade each other on what the flavors were. And then you unveil a card that actually has the flavors of these beers, because they are all blind taste tests. What do you feel about this? Also, on that same note, for 4 beers, 24 beers total, what do you feel is an appropriate price? Do you feel like this evening of fun with friends is worth $50, $70, $100?
$125.
4 easy payments of $19.95?
Is it worth?
We're about to infomercial this shit.
Is it worth David Gavin's
Call
soul?
now.
That's what we need to know.
Call now, you'll get 1 payment knocked off. Boom! 3 easy payments of
Wink,
$19.95. No,
No, Dave's right. If we market this shit and actually do some fucking advertising and target people 25 to 34, dude, the show will grow pretty good. With last week hitting 2,100 views, just throwing it in buy-sell trade fucking groups, if we targeted the nation and shit, like...
See, I've pitched it to you a couple times, where I think it would be great to be able to say, hey, Cave Divers, since Cave Divers is our sponsor up in the corner sometimes, hey, next week we're going to do these beers. Because we used to buy a week in advance. Hey, next week we're going to do these beers. Have a mixed 6-pack where it's 3 of these, 3 of these. And just have 2 of those sitting out. And let's see if they sell. And then if that sells, hey, set 4 out and let's see if it sells. And then, you know,
exactly,
move
Dave.
on from it so that we can actually spread.
How the hell is he still talking?
It was different subjects.
Jesus Christ.
And also,
Fuck you.
I think he started that whole thing with, if you watch this show, who's your favorite cast member and why?
Oh, no. I don't want to know this.
No! Everybody's
As
going
long
to hate
as
on me
it's
so
not
much.
Wait. Nathan's statement, as long as I beat Tate.
As long as I beat Tate.
I set
That's
the
all I
bar.
fucking care
I
about.
set the
Just
bar.
let me be better than Tate. No, that doesn't mean
the
Tate's the
minimum.
best. It just means that he's not the shit.
Fuck
You want him
minimum.
to be the shittiest of the shittiest.
Wait, does that say you done messed up? AA Ron?
AA wrong.
Oh, okay, I just want to make sure.
Oh, man.
I love
I
that.
follow, Dave. I follow.
Oh, God.
The Tate box would be full of disappointment. It'd be all of our shitty IPAs, including this stone and the last stone tangerine one.
So, one of my Googles
We
today...
put all of our parents' faces on the side of it with disappointed looks on it.
Mom's on one side, dad's on the other.
So, segue. I watched a couple hours of Joe Rogan today.
Oh, Jesus.
Which ones?
Oh, all kinds of different ones. It was a bunch of snippets, but I didn't realize how short Joe Rogan is. He's not over 5'8". He's somewhere in between 5'6" and 5'8".
Yeah, he's 5'6" to 5'8". Yeah.
I like him better now. Even
I
more.
love that he used to do the Man Show with Doug Stanhope,
Yeah. He has Stanhope on every once in a while.
which Doug Stanhope is a fucking alcoholic. That drunk motherfucker.
Dude, that old guy that used to
Holy
chug the 2 fucking big
shit.
beers.
Loved him.
Dude,
He'd pound
20-ounce
Yep.
fucking mugs. Just,
But that was on the old Jimmy Kimmel
That's
Adam
$10 bucks.
Carolla Man show.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is this Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Carolla with girls jumping on trampolines was nothing but money. And the little Cub Scout that would try and get people to buy him beer at the liquor store, and he would convince people to buy him beer at the liquor store. Hey, buy me beer, I got $2.20. God, he was great. I miss that. I used to watch that show as a young man with my mom, and she
now that you
loved
mention
it
that,
as well.
Andy Milonakis. Fuck, I used to
Andy
love
Milonakis.
Andy Milonakis. Until I found out he is like 40, and he
30,
has
he was 30 at the time.
he has a disease that makes him look young.
Yep.
He now has
Just
a
like-
Twitch stream.
Just like Gary Coleman.
He has a Twitch stream. I watch it every once in a while. I'm like, what? You still look the same.
So what? That makes me think of the whole, like, you're talking Rogan, and then you're talking that Milonakis shit, to where he essentially doesn't look like he ages. Couldn't they use that shit, like genes from people like that, to make you not get gray hairs?
I don't think so.
think
That
it
has
was
to
like
do
that.
more.
more specific to a disease.
That has to do with more with not only age, your mitochondrial age and your scalp, but some of it has to do with denaturization of your hairs. So how your nutrients pass out.
But you
I
could
have
look
one-
at how
white
his,
hair right here.
How,
I got him in my mustache. I got a couple
how
white
their
ones.
DNA affects
Yeah,
their
there's one
hair
like
loss,
right
hair
here.
color, and shit, and maybe use that as information or.
Oh yeah,
You know?
there's a lot of research on how that works out and how there are cures for that and how it can be weeded out in genes. But we also say no gene editing. Nope. You
Every
can't
other
do that.
country's
no,
doing
that's,
it.
that's playing God. That's
You
playing
say
God.
that. There are
playing God.
there are absolutely places in the U.S. who do it,
Yeah.
but it's all fucking
Mhm.
underground.
And
they're-
David Sinclair dude, did you watch that?
I
shit
watched
yet?
it. I watched it.
Fuck.
People have real
So
issues
cool.
with people playing God, but as soon as they start dying, they want them to start playing God.
Yep.
Save me! Save me!
Any means necessary.
I don't care where the organ was grown.
That's exactly how it is, though. Like,
Put a cigarette on.
you
your
don't
face.
want someone to justify cloning sheep or anything like that. But as soon as you start dying and whatever it is that you're dying of, they want you to fix it right away.
Well, it's kind of like the whole senator issue. Hey, the senator doesn't care about this until his son gets mixed up in
Yeah.
it. And then it's fucking biggest priority.
Yep.
You know, it's that same
So,
issue.
so
So the senator's son fails a liver disease. Let's grow organs.
Uh-huh.
Yep, we're gonna pass this shit all across the board. Hey, I'm gonna sway all of you.
Yep.
You vote party line, or fuck you. You're against my son. You know, that kind of thing.
this is one of the craziest things that I've
Say
seen.
you can have one of those if I
Is-
get your.
I'm saving a couple for Curtis.
Is if you
Of these?
I'm saving one each for him.
if you hear that,
One of each.
He can have one.
Yeah, I'll take them.
One.
the
One
senator that
You
I'm
didn't
proud
fucking tell me what
of
to do.
is
total. I'm
the
telling
guy
you.
whose son died at Schlitterbahn.
Oh, here, yeah, in
shit.
Kansas.
Because that guy has not crucified anybody. Decapitated, yes, because 2 girls lied about their weight and got his son killed. But that guy, you have not seen him go on.
Well, is he? I don't think he is a federal government.
No,
He's
he's
government.
state. He's state,
Yeah.
but still, you would hear it in state news. But he has not gone on tirade about anything. He has stayed par for the course of what he is doing. They have pushed to deal with Schlitterbahn, and I think that's justifiably so.
Two fat girls.
I think that's justifiably so because
Were they fat girls? The 2 girls? Were they lied about their weight? Were they too light or too heavy?
too light. They were too light. But I think he has run a par for the course. He has questioned whether they are legit to stay open just because they built that and they tested it out. But
I saw the photos of that, and I said to myself, anybody that wants to go up on that fucking thing is fucking insane.
well, if you watch the documentary, like when they were getting ready to open it, you watched the people get flung, and the guys who built it tested it, and they were like super nervous about this right now.
I went on like half that height, and it was scary as
Yeah.
fuck.
I don't do that shit.
well, and they
Fuck
had,
that.
That's my first one ever, and
Fuck
it was
that.
horrible.
bad engineering or
Nope.
lack thereof is what killed his son. No, and I completely agree.
What's
Corey.
up, Corey? How you doing, bud?
I don't.
Hey, man.
I
Hey,
don't
Corey.
disagree.
Tell me about how last night was.
But I also, with
was
that,
rough.
they tested it multiple times, and it worked.
What's up,
out
Luke?
fine.
It's a beer.
Luke,
So
Luke,
if
Luke.
you were,
Which one? This one.
I'll
this
take
one.
this
Easily.
one.
Yeah. Okay. Just make sure.
If you were at the weight, you would be fine. But if you're not at the weight, obviously we found out what happens,
How
and it's
light
a
were they?
terrible. They were not nearly as
Like
because you had to
90
be. It
pounds
was
or
like
something?
you had to be like
I'm doing
300
good, Corey.
pounds to ride the ride
No
between
shit.
3 people.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
For it, you had to be 300 pounds or
There's a
something like
tube
that.
one.
It's and it's 3 people had to ride it.
I
And
thought
you
it was
had
just
to be
a
at least
single man slide.
no. It had to be a minimum
It's 3
of
people.
3, or you had to have 3 people, and you had to be 300 pounds. And the girls said they were heavier than they were. And it's
See, I didn't hear that part.
Fucking
I just
wind
knew
caught
that
him, didn't it?
like
they didn't represent the appropriate weight and distribution, and they were like, "Fuck it, I only make $11 an hour.
Well, and that's
I don't
the
give a
thing.
shit about your
Like
life."
someone who's makes $11 an hour. Like, how much can you invest in them on saying that they're the actual weight? Unless you have a scale right there.
I have
but
the
if you have a
scientific
skill-
knowledge. Yeah, fuck it.
If you have a scale right there, then you're essentially fat shaming people for how much they actually weigh. So
it's also
it's a catch
quality
22.
control.
Yes, it is. But here's these skinny people tubing behind a boat. Redneck physics, dude.
Dude, I actually have a couple scars from that shit.
So I remember vividly the first time I realized I didn't like water parks, and it was on a group ride where it was a raft ride. There was multiple people, and I think we were in Minnesota. I'm not sure what the park was called, but
Corey, those are all home designed.
It kind of went up on the edges, and
Someone thinks of it.
the feeling
try
that
it.
you get when you're on the edge of the raft and you're just holding on to the handles, but the raft goes up and you're seeing daylight all the fuck around you, and you feel like the raft is hanging over the edge just a couple inches. Never again. I do not like the feeling of I could die on this ride. That does
The
not give me
ones-
any satisfaction at all.
Those fuck with me because you can slam heads and shit.
Yeah,
But-
I don't go to any. I don't ride rides anymore. I don't like them. They're
So
not for
they
me.
expect everybody to
Not
be
for
able
me.
to hold on to that raft and have a nice
Yeah, it's
grip,
not the same. It's not the same.
but not everybody can do that shit.
So I don't know that I've ever told any of you guys this. When I was 12 years old, I went to my buddy Mike's birthday
You
party.
can't go by weight.
And and his birthday's on July 4th,
That's the
so we
key.
went out to the lake. We were having fun. I was riding on a chariot, which is basically a floatable raft that looks like a chariot that goes behind a boat. And I'm on this thing. I have holes on the side, and we're getting dragged across the water. He has to hairpin, and at some point, my trousers come off. It's funny, ha ha ha. Pull it back up, blah blah. We go back out there, and another boat cuts us off. So we stop, and there's a lot of waves in the water. And they go again, and they fucking pull off, and I hit one of those waves, and I tumble over that rope, and they're not stopping because they don't see this. They're focused on the water, and that rope wraps around under my arm and across my neck, and it just rips right across both. And I mean, I had a cut completely across here, across my neck.
Burnt the
just
shit out of
everything.
you, huh?
Oh no! It was cut open to the point where we had to go back to town because I had to go to the ER, and you don't see now, but under my neck, I mean, I still have a nice, decent scar here, but it cut it open to where whenever I fell asleep in the vehicle, because it was 2 hours back to town, I just had blood pouring down my chest, and it dried against my chest. I mean, I had a huge scar for a long time where I couldn't lift my arm without it ripping, couldn't lift my neck without it ripping.
Fuck.
But it was, I mean, it was completely innocent. Nobody knew that anything like that was going to happen. Nobody could have prepared for it. I mean, that was
thank
fucking
you.
terrible. Terrible.
You got a thick neck,
I do
bro.
now.
That time, not so much. That's why he got a thick neck. All makes sense now.
I'm prepping for next time. Tate, nothing.
Tate has
No,
something.
There's
to
no
say.
farm
Tate has
story about
something to
cow
say.
balls and your wife. Nothing.
I enjoyed tubing for a number of years, but then we tubed in Toronto Lake, and my buddy was doing it with his he wasn't doing it with a big boat. He was doing it with a little boat that could just turn on a dime.
Oh yeah, fucking whips that shit around.
Oh my god, dude! But this lake is a muddy lake, so it's dark water. It's not a really nice lake, but it's Toronto Lake. It's where I kind of grew up. But there's all these stumps sticking up out of the water,
Like fucking Winfield Lake. Oh,
and so we're
fuck
dodging
me.
these goddamn stumps. And that'll make you not want to be tubing. You got to be tubing in the right place. If you're tubing in the wrong place, it's scary as shit.
No, so like me, my biggest fear, like we had a jet ski growing up, and the first time I ever rode on it, I got thrown off and bruised my ribs. It's fucking terrible. And so from there, I really wasn't a big fan of like jet skis in general. I have a little different view now when I have control of the jet ski.
Yeah.
It's a little different
Big
when
difference.
you have control of the jet ski than when you're whoever has control of it. So we went to Keystone because we usually have family reunions down in Oklahoma because it's where
Went to Keystone, drank Keystone. Which one of these things is it?
went to Keystone Lake.
Okay.
It's Keystone Lake in Oklahoma, which is a giant ass lake. It's a little smaller than I think Eufaula, which is the biggest lake in Oklahoma, which is like the 5th biggest lake in the United States.
Great Lakes. Wrong.
Taylor.
Wrong.
Maybe he means freshwater lakes.
There's 5 fucking Great Lakes, dude.
Oh my god.
You're
Sorry,
wrong.
bro. I broke my neck, my back, Andrew crack. Hey, girl.
Hey, my pussy
No,
just
but so when we went to Keystone, someone had drowned. It was a kid who had drowned. Their boat, it was flooding, and so they, like, it rained. They were out in the water. They'd gotten a wreck. They couldn't find the kid. The kid had drowned, so they dammed up the.
This is a fucking movie.
Yeah. So they closed the dam. So it was flooded because they were trying to find the kid's body. And so we were literally 500 feet back from where the original campground was because it was so flooded. And we went out and got on the lake, and my dad thought it was a great idea to one person who doesn't like being on the water in the first place because I did not like it at all. But now he's driving through campgrounds
On the boat?
you can on the jet ski that you can see like the tops of picnic tables. Like, this was a great idea for me. I jumped off the back of it. I didn't want anything to do with that. I was not cool with it, and he kind of made fun of me, and I was like, no, dude, this isn't cool. Like, you could literally... Apparently, I am a realist. You could hit any one of these at any time
Oh, yeah.
and fuck everything that we have up.
Fuck everything we have.
It what?
And we all die. But to you, you're just like, whoa, let's weave it around
We
these
got a
fucking
boat.
picnic tables. Yeah, I'm on a fucking boat. Like
And going fast and
And
some
I-
kind of nautical theme.
and I
I
guess, but he, it's 14.6. Oh, 14.8.
Well,
It's right here. It's right here.
This has been a live update.
But it's yeah. I as a guy who raced cars and he does shit like that because he's crazy. Not for me. Not for me. I'm not that person. I take after my mother. I'll stay on land.
I love racing
I love racing in Mario Kart
and
with
adrenaline.
beer.
Beer
Kart.
Yeah.
We will be playing that on Thursday.
Oh,
I'm
man.
super excited for it.
That sounds amazing.
You're playing Mario Kart on Thursday?
Yes.
Where? What?
Wichita.
Oh, fuck. I won't drive to Wichita and own you at that.
Do you want to do that
Oh,
here on Thursday?
Mario Kart. It's not Mario Kart. It's
Wait.
Mario Kart.
Who has a Switch? Because the Switch Mario Kart is pretty amazing.
Okay.
Wow, it's 8.
So Thursday, I'm available if we want to do some Mario Kart 8.
We can FaceTime each other.
You be there?
Boop, doop, doop. It's my system, so maybe.
Oh, now you want to invite Jason.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, you're just
That's
not
fine.
adequate for
That's
him.
fine. No, I don't understand
Jesus. Jason, I'll invite
it.
you next time.
I went to college with you. We were friends in college. What happened? What
I
happened?
got to know you.
Oh, that's
I got to
probably
know
true.
you. You shit on me all the time.
Man. I fucking agree with that. It's so real
I
it
agree with
hurts.
The realest shit I ever wrote.
There it is.
Oh,
God, Chris,
oh,
you're amazing.
Oh.
Chris, just keep being amazing. I'm so glad Jason introduced me to you.
It's the best thing I've ever done for you.
The best thing. I'm so glad I met Jason just to meet you.
Also, fuck
The
Jason.
viewers don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's very true. You're talking about the tables and shit in the water. I remember one year we went out to Winfield Lake with my mom, and they have like trees out in the water because of how the water lines receded. And we climbed up these trees to jump out in the water, and I jumped in the water, and I barely missed a fucking signpost, and it would have just fucking clipped me right in the hip from about 15 feet up. I was like, holy shit, never again. Never fucking again.
And my little brother that same year stepped on a rusty nail and had to go in and
Ooh.
yeah.
Yep.
and fuck getting tetanus shots.
Yeah.
Why do they hurt so bad?
Because they're big fucking needles to make sure that you're taken care of.
But they are, but still, why do they fucking hurt so bad?
Ask this motherfucker about rabies shots.
Oh.
Yeah,
Like a
how was
rabies
that?
shot?
You psycho.
Multiple.
I got 7 shots that day.
Yep.
Just in case. You didn't even get hit by the bat. He's like,
You wait. If you wake up with a bat in your bedroom and you don't know how long it's been in your bedroom, technically, it's not meaning you have to, but technically the medical protocol is you need to get vaccinated.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm not doing it.
Now,
From a Recreation America, you look like a first line from a Recreation American
What?
Civil War.
Wait. Who's
Carbot,
that?
what does that mean?
how long has that been there?
Which
It just
person?
popped up.
that's a Twitch.
That's a twit.
Is that a
They're not
Twitch?
viewing anymore, so.
I hope that it was fucking Tate.
Well, you got
Take-
the Civil War beard.
No, I feel like you look like if
Sarah,
you wore
they're
a
the
cap
worst.
and that same fucking sweater, you were in the 16 fucking
Huge
hundreds.
beards. He's still on there. Oh, he's back on.
What's up, dude?
Oh, shit. There's only. Oh, I like it. I can dig.
Oh man,
I
But
will take that as a compliment.
he was growing his out for a while.
Yep.
But
Which so
you trimmed it up. You
When-
trimmed it up.
I
man.
Shit gets
Mine's-
gnarly.
my wife,
I
I
just
know, it
trimmed
gets-
my
it
neck
gets hard
today.
here,
This is
man.
weird.
my wife had
weird.
difficulty
It
convincing
looks
me
good on camera.
of the validity of the rabies vaccine. But then she started describing
Then she said,
to me,
"Tate, I'm a doctor, and you're basically retarded."
no.
Trust
That
me.
had nothing to do with it.
No.
Nothing to do with it. Then she started describing to me,
Carbot, I take it you
If-
don't have a huge beard.
if you do get rabies, the symptoms that will be associated with
it's
it,
fucking terrible.
and the mortality rate of it, which is 100%.
Yeah.
You
If
die.
you contract rabies, you die, and you die in the most horrible way possible, to where it's more humane to put a pistol in your mouth. Because
Wait, you don't
literally,
think going crazy is a good way
brain
to die?
cooks from the inside out and turns into mush. And you go crazy, it sounds horrible.
American Recreation American Civil War.
So,
like, if you
No.
put one of those hats on.
but the worst thing,
I have one of those hats.
the worst thing
I
though,
have one of those fucking hats.
So-
It's at my house right
so
now.
we went to the ER to get these just get treated. We're like, hey, we won't put a bat in our room. We need to just, whatever we got to do to make sure that we're protected, we'll be fine. So you have to get the vaccine, but then you have to also get the immunoglobulin, which is immunoglobulin. It is a blood product.
Yep.
It's
yep.
a blood product.
Well, it's a globulin, so it's.
It's
blood,
a blood
yeah.
product. Yeah, but basically it's an immune system enhancer.
Sorry. My girlfriend's working on taking her GRE, so I've been doing flashcards with her over the medical terms.
Shut
so.
the fuck up, Wilcom. I'm telling my
Gotcha.
story. So the immunoglobulin is basically just an immune system booster. But you want to know what our ER bill? No.
I know.
So
Dick sucker.
our ER bill for the 2 people to get
Oh, you told me about this. Yeah.
20 grand.
Yep.
there you
I-
go.
What the
20
fuck?
fucking
Thank God
grand.
for
So
insurance.
there are a couple things that actually play the factor in this,
If you
which
can't
is
afford
one,
that, you might die.
how many people actually have to get rabies vaccines all the time, so they have to keep it on staff, and then everything that gets purged, whoever ends up paying for it pays for it. 2, if you guys took up a room, I imagine they took you back to a room.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. So rooms, I don't know if you know this, trade secret, with insurance, rooms actually have no cap. I don't know if you know this. Per day, rooms have no cap. So often, insurances will charge 10 grand a day. And so will hospitals. So that's like the limit. They will charge as much as they can get away with. Even though it's basically what, fucking 12 by 12 room? Maybe.
Yep.
If you're fucking lucky.
If you
with a curtain in front of it.
$500.
Yeah, we had a curtain. We weren't there for more than an hour.
Yeah, and it's just for the room. And it's nothing else. It's not the equipment that's in the room. It's nothing. Because they'll charge you for that individually. I mean, it's fucking nuts.
Can you
But
fight
it's also
the room
because
charge?
no, but it's also because we don't have ways that you can shop for a hospital. You can't say, "Hey, Salina Regional, your prices are too high. Fuck you. I'm going down the state to Salina Regional 2." And because their prices are
And I think
on this
that
are discounted.
I think that's
You
what
can't.
got
You
lost
fucking
the
can't.
most with what the whole Obamacare was supposed to be about.
That's exactly what's
And
with
everybody-
transparency.
And everybody was called like it's Obamacare, but that's what the whole thing was.
It's the Affordable Care Act.
Yeah,
God damn it.
Thank you.
but that's the thing.
Thank
like,
you.
That's what people don't understand is that was the whole point of it. And
It
even
was
when it
supposed to be
came
universal
out,
health care,
Yeah.
and then it was supposed to be majority health care. Then it was supposed to be, hey, in your interest health care.
Yeah.
And then it just got
Well,
fucking...
I would go if I got seriously injured. I would fucking illegally immigrate to Mexico to get
Or
treated.
Canada.
Any,
I would go to Canada.
they both have
Sorry for
universal
people.
health care, and they would both treat me and no cost associated. Like,
But-
we had a friend that broke his arm in the U.S. He fucking booked a flight to his home country, got it taken care of there, and flew back because he was not going to pay for health care in the U.S.
Oh yeah.
Because it's so insane.
Well, and that's what kills me. Like
Barcelona.
Barcelona. Barca.
Cheers to our-
Wait, we all have these fucking things finally.
Yeah.
Why is
Twitch
mine always
viewer.
empty? God damn it. We've had Europe and now Barcelona. Hey, we're doing all right.
Yeah.
We're doing all right.
Barca.
We're making some reach.
I like it.
I like Barcelona, man. I was really sad that Teresa and I didn't make it there. That was on my
Didn't make
list
it there when?
when we were there in
It's a
2011.
bucket list. Bucket list is definitely Barca.
Story.
We studied abroad.
Barca.
We did what 15 countries,
Mm-hmm.
and we really wanted
Actually,
to make it
the
to
friend who
both
came
Prague
with them is Paul.
and to Spain, but we just didn't make it there.
Is that Fuster or Fister?
Booster? I don't know.
White House Cardiology.
Holy shit.
Oh.
Is that the study of our... I can't...
What?
The study of a White House. Sorry.
It's
And
the study of our
Catalan.
president.
Fuster. Oh, okay.
So
So we have a very sick sense of humor.
I think so. Maybe. Potentially.
Potentially.
Very possibly.
Very potential.
So what's the score? What are we looking at? You pulling it up?
What is this?
It's
What are
3
all these
points.
numbers?
We got a live feed right now.
1912. 1912 right now.
I don't see that anywhere on here.
It's
So,
a lot of one.
I remember actually when we were
it's
in
good.
2011 when we were studying
Wow,
abroad.
really? Oh, it's the
that was
first,
the year that
okay.
K-State was good, but K-State still lost to KU
No,
both
I'm going back to
times.
Spain.
Both
Yep.
times they played. I remember
Who was the key player there?
it was Jacob Pullen. You remember Pullen?
Poland, yeah.
46
neckbeard?
fucking points.
K-State.
The neck
The
beard.
beard.
The beard.
The beard of
Oh,
The
my
K-State.
God.
beard.
I remember watching it like in a hostel in Austria, trying to stream on their shitty Wi-Fi.
It's
Their
crazy.
This
shitty
game.
Wi-Fi.
Oh man.
Well, the question is, if you guys win, is somebody gonna shoulder check a KU player this time,
Shoulder check. What do you mean?
Save for the money.
like the last time?
That loses the game or some shit?
No, you guys won. The last time you won at the Octagon of Doom
In Manhattan?
in Manhattan. That's
The
what they call
Octa-
it. The Octagon of Doom.
Bramblage?
That's what it's called. The Octagon of
It's
Doom.
called Bramblage.
It's called the Octagon of
Jesus.
Doom.
Why is it called the Octagon of Doom?
I don't know. You guys made up the name.
Doom for you.
No,
Damn.
No.
Shots fired.
that's what you guys call it.
It's the
Motherfucker.
fucking Octagon. You're coming to war, bitch. You don't leave fucking unscathed.
Should be called the Octagon of KU because we beat
Shit.
that ass so many times.
Chris, can I trade you one of the Wichita Brewing for the Stones? Would you be willing for that trade?
Are you willing to go half and half?
On what?
Both.
No.
Remember,
I don't want to drink any
What is
more
happening?
Stones.
it always tastes better when you have to have them.
Oh, you mean mix? Ooh, yes. I am.
Are you
I
willing for
am.
that?
Josh Gady just texted me. what he says. Your drinking buddies are cheap. Ha! He doesn't like you guys' criticism of his Stone Slam IPA.
You
because
spent
it's
$15
so
for a
expensive.
6-pack?
Motherfucker's a doctor.
Sorry.
What are you talking about?
Congrats.
Wait.
Congrats.
Josh, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I can't afford to drink expensive shit beer.
drug
These
guy.
punk
If
ass
it's good
bitches.
beer,
Carboy,
great.
I am
I'll
very
pay
intrigued
whatever
by
the
this.
amount is. If it's shit beer, no.
Paul,
I
what
can
was
get
his
shit
son, the
beer
drug
at
guy?
$2.49 for a 24 ounce.
Who's the drug guy?
I
No.
need to figure this out.
Wamp wamp.
I'm sorry, I just
Or
don't.
what's the drug guy?
There's 2 Twitch followers now.
These drunk ass bitches ain't got no class.
I have class. This is
Go
not
ahead
a good
and say
beer. That is
Why
not a good beer.
Why not?
You know what? As somebody who has, on just this show, tried like 200 beers, I'm going to have to say, I think you're wrong here. I'm sorry, sir.
You
I
might
appreciate
be
you, and
incredibly
I appreciate
wrong.
what you do. Money isn't an object. I can say that probably for all of us. But quality is. That is not a quality beer. It is not. It is not. It is definitely not in our top 10. I would bet you it's not in our top 20. I bet you it's not in our top 40 out of 200.
Carbot, give us a beer from Barcelona.
God damn.
30
that
cans a
we could
day?
See if we could drink
Woo!
here and rate.
Anything.
Used to drink 30 cans a day? Whoa.
For what duration of time did you drink 30 cans a day?
Do you want to be on the show?
Zero beer is
Yeah. We'll webcam you in. You can be on the show. Not
drink-
trying to make you fucking relapse.
You drink
but-
one for each of us.
10 years.
Oh man.
Oh, you've had 0 beers in
Oh,
10
you're
years?
10 years clean?
Good on you, man.
Wait, apparently I'm confused. I thought he was saying 30 beers a day for 10 years.
I'm pretty sure that kills you. That kills the
I know
person.
multiple people that killed. I know multiple people that killed.
We are an alcoholic society.
Wait. We
Also.
or we in general?
The U.S. We've
US.
made
Oh.
alcohol and tobacco legal, but all other drugs are illegal.
Alcoholism. 12%
It's
of U.S.
absolutely
citizens.
insane that alcohol is still legal, but you can't smoke weed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Insane.
Blows my mind.
Indians grew it regularly.
MDMA. Cocaine.
I can get it to a certain extent just because it does impair people, and a lot of the things that we do now, that if people were impaired, it is mortality. I mean, it
But
absolutely is.
The thing is give me a drunk person and give me a stoned person. Let them sit right next to each other, and tell me which one sounds safer.
And more
And then let them
reasonable,
go.
and-
And then let them drive,
Oh,
and tell me which one's safer.
Oh no.
It's gonna be the stoned person every single time.
Maybe.
Every
It
single
doesn't,
time.
it doesn't have the same physical impairment that alcohol does.
So imagine
Or
you're going
motor
75 on
function
the highway and your reactions are slowed by 2 seconds because you're stoned rather than being drunk. That's mortality.
Yeah, no.
So that's something you have to worry about.
yeah. Think about.
Oh, yeah. I'm like,
I don't know. I've never seen a stoned person drive down the highway and be scared of them.
I'm almost 10 years clean off of a lot of hard shit
Yeah.
compared to the next person.
Yeah.
Speaking to our Twitch viewer, now we have 2. Fucking rad. What's up?
There are a lot more
Makes a ton of
applications.
sense.
There are a lot more applications of medicinal benefits that you can get from a cannabis-based drug than you can from alcohol.
I agree.
By far.
But maybe it's
I
just the
agree,
society that we
Carmine.
live in, and the societies that I've been to. But alcohol, I mean, there are times. Don't quote me on this. There are times I love being drunk. Like
It's addictive.
It's the best feeling.
It is an
where you're just
addictive
like,
drug.
oh, all of my cares melt away. Like I can literally feel them lift off my shoulders. It is so relieving.
It's just not where you're
Holy shit.
Same here.
I can definitely just feel them melt away while I drink. And it's so great. And
But
then I
that
can't...
doesn't justify it, though.
No, but I can't think of a time where I've drank around friends where I haven't been like, oh, you know what? This is a good time. Where I've been like, fuck this. I don't want to be here. I don't want anything here.
Well,
anytime I drink around friends, it's like, you know what? I thought I was drunk before. 5 more drinks? You, 2 for me? Let's do this. Let's do this right now.
David,
I always feel.
I
always
agree
feel like
100%. That's why I say, like, stoners usually, if they are, they're already driving. If they are going to be the ones smoking, but
It's just like Travis Barker said on Rogan today. He was like, Joe was asking him why he quit drinking and smoking weed, or just smoking weed. I think he did last so much because he smoked a shit ton of weed, like 20 fucking blunts a day.
No. A
Travis
guy
Barker?
who's a
Wiz
fucking
Khalifa,
in a stoner band and
But he
no.
Carbonite, it always
was
feels
like-
good in that situation
he was talking about how
or in that moment.
when you almost die, you appreciate life in a different way,
Sure.
and you're happier. So you don't need these crutches to get through your daily life. Instead, he looks at why he's drinking, or leaning on his pills, instead of addressing the demons that are coming forth or whatever. So I think it's just perspective and
Exactly, voila.
all that shit.
It's Friday, I'm off work, and this week was stressful, and I want that to melt off my shoulders and literally feel it. Beer.
So,
Beer.
alcohol has a physical dependency associated with it.
Oh, absolutely.
And
That's part.
and cannabis products
That's
do
part
not.
of the addiction.
Do not.
Cannabis products do
Do
not
not.
have a physical dependency.
They do, but it takes so much for it to actually happen that it's near impossible.
It won't kill you.
No.
Alcohol withdrawals
No.
will kill you. They
They
will straight up kill.
can.
They
They
will kill. They
absolutely
can
can.
kill you. And cannabis products, thus far, to my knowledge, have not been associated with that same kind of an
Aaron waffle.
effect.
What'd you say?
Waffle.
I'm so blurry.
Oh.
I said waffle.
I'm buzzed.
Even my fucking glasses blurry.
Habitual versus addictive.
Look how blurry. My goodness.
Jesus, Chris, this is worse than most
Fucking
weeks.
Graham back here is more
It's
goddamn
perfectly
Yeah.
crisp.
crispy than me.
Chris,
Right.
Look how
Vontae
blurry
Graham was
you are.
part of
Whoa,
the cast.
that's racist.
Yeah.
Saying a black guy's crispy than you.
Shut the fuck
God
up.
damn.
Hey,
God
Devontae, keep it up
damn.
at Charlotte.
Okay, so wait, I have a question.
Yes.
So over the Christmas holiday,
All right. This was fucking weeks ago.
no. So
All right.
this
Bring
was
it up
something.
now. We're 2
So,
months into.
So I mean,
We're in February now.
I
Just
know. What
bring
the
this
fuck
up.
is this?
this little kid that I was hanging out with was talking about, and
Was
forgive
talking about
me.
you raping him because you're hanging
No,
out with a
no,
little
no.
kid?
He
This is
was he
creepy.
described. He was like, oh, he's like one of those ashy black guys, and this was like this 12-year-old kid,
Yeah.
and he's
Wait,
like
wait. Kid's race. This is very important.
totally white.
Okay, I
Totally
imagine.
white. And I'm like,
What's wrong with saying ashy black guy?
I was like,
Everybody's ashy.
what the fuck is an ashy black
Hella
guy? It's like,
ashy right now.
oh, you know those ashy black guys that got like that kind of like ashy like skin. I'm like, where the fuck did you learn to say
Damn,
ashy
kid.
black guy, kid? You're like 11. You're 12. What are you talking about?
That's just him seeing somebody that don't use fucking lotion.
But he's had to have heard that term to describe somebody in order to reiterate that term.
Exactly.
that
He's heard that
describes
term.
Everybody knows that term. I knew that shit at 10.
I had never heard.
somebody. Let's say.
I
You
had
never
never
heard
ashy-
It's just something about your environment.
I
Dude,
had never
I used
heard
to-
ashy black guy. And I was.
You never
I was,
watched Ashley Larry
on
on the Chappelle Show?
That I was 20
I
before
watched
the
the
Chappelle
Chappelle
show came
show.
on.
But maybe
So
How old are you?
32?
No, you were not. You just seen
Like 12
Shit.
fucking years ago, yeah.
so.
I was out of high school before
The
the
Chappelle Show came
on.
out our fucking freshman
come
year
on.
of high school.
Come on.
I'm
Hold on.
31, and
Hold on.
Chappelle Show came out
Let's
our
do
freshman
this.
year
Hey, Alexa.
because we had to deal with the goddamn
Please.
black white supremacists the first year.
so
Clayton
It was our
Bigsby?
first, Clayton Bigsby was our first.
I'm assuming that this means dry skin, right?
Yeah.
Yes, just for everybody.
But would you ever tell a black guy to his face, "Oh, you're an ashy black guy"?
You need,
Never.
yeah, you're looking kind
we're
of
all
ashy
around
today.
30 years old.
You need to
Carla.
watch Bill Burr's special because the Frankenstein's lab.
You're
dudes-
right.
I-
Season 1 was my junior year of high school.
The Frankenstein's lab
Yep,
dudes
yep,
do a reaction to Bill Burr talking about this shit.
I was
And
about to
he's
say,
like,
no, there's
oh,
no
white people
way
not
you
know
can say
about
Ashley
God
Larry
damn.
was
That's
that
we're
right.
ashy too. Why the
No.
fuck do you think white people walk
Yes.
around scratching all day?
Chappelle
It's not
Show
that
is
they're
the
on meth.
fucking
They
shit.
just don't know what fucking lotion is.
Dude, we saw somebody the other day, and somebody was like, hey, look at this person and they're blah, blah, blah. I said, that person is totally on fucking meth. Can you not see them? And they were like, no, they're not. I was like, did you just even see the way that they were clinging at their neck and just fucking rubbing? I was like, that person is fucking strung out.
I don't remember the last time I put lotion on my body.
You are in
I put
lotion on
in the winter. I put some on my
I put
knuckles.
lotion on a lot.
That's
I have
it.
eczema.
Yes,
and
we're
I am
all in
white
our
person.
young 30s.
Boom, 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 boom.
Except for
I
Tate,
have
how old
never-
are you?
29.
My shit.
Tate's
my
not
skin's
made 30
always
yet.
dry.
So I had never heard.
You look 50.
I have never heard anybody describe
Oh,
anybody
shit.
else
It's because you don't use lotion.
as being ashy.
Look at you.
I
And
don't
I
use
was
lotion.
I was
You ashy
unsure.
white motherfucker.
I was unsure how to react, and hearing this come out of an 11-year-old's mouth, I was like, "What the fuck did you just say? You just described somebody's ashy. What
Bill
the fuck
Burr
does that
in a
mean?"
stand-up, he's like, it's not that black
You're
don't
not
crack.
wrong,
it's that
Gavin.
black people know how to use fucking lotion.
Yeah.
White people don't
Yes,
know that
that's
shit.
true. Gavin, you're not wrong because every meth head does look the same. Sunken face, cheeks sucking in.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Skeletor.
but we're also in Kansas where everybody's just messing around just to be fun.
There's a lot of meth around here.
So, we went to
Just
a
go to
liquor
the
store.
Dillons at Sunset Plaza.
I was gonna say
That's all
you
you gotta
walk
do.
in and fucking order meth right there.
I'm
Every
gonna
concoction you need to build it right
I'm
there.
gonna say I went to a liquor store the other day. I'm not gonna name the liquor store, but the person behind the counter, you could definitely tell she was meth the fuck out. Now,
This had to be
Is
Cave
it
Divers.
Dallas Liquor?
no,
Cave Divers North. This had to be at Sunset Plaza. Cave Divers. Yeah, I nailed
no,
it.
it wasn't.
No, we
It
can't throw
wasn't?
that out
It
there
wasn't.
because if it's
No, it's a different Cave Divers.
I know, but still,
It
same
wasn't.
owner.
It's
But
alright, it's just
I
a
was
fucking
like,
customer.
holy shit! There's
Thanks
no
for the
way.
follow, sarcastic
There's
quip
there's
on
no.
Twitch.
That's Sarah. Fuck Sarah.
Alright, fuck Sarah. Don't follow us.
If
But
the government wants
there's-
to test
there's just
on
no way.
humans, who best to do it on? Broke Junkies.
People-
People doing life in prison.
See, people who volunteer. I think
Okay, yeah.
So,
Because some may be
Carbot,
innocent.
how hard is it?
that's true.
Some may be
I
innocent.
mean, we have over 2,000 cases in the last 10 years
Yep.
of people who were imprisoned
Fuck you,
being
Chris.
innocent.
Yeah, people that volunteer.
Woo!
I agree with that.
So, Carbot,
What?
how wild is it in your
Read
country?
that like Mike Tyson.
Oh,
Hey,
the
Jason,
terrorist group
you
killed
messing
drug
with me?
dealers?
In my country, the terrorist group, the ETA, killed the drug dealers. Yeah?
I'm looking.
but
Because the government put the drug... Oh, it's broken. Okay.
oh fuck! Why are these that longer?
This is super deep.
Ah,
Interacting with
I
multiple
like
platforms is crazy.
Because the government put the drug in the neighborhoods. Oh,
So basically,
wait,
familiar.
a government would put drugs in a neighborhood? Never. Where did
not
meth come
crack
from?
cocaine.
Crack cocaine?
Not
What's
crack
that?
cocaine. So that the Reagan era can bust people on it and get rid of the fucking blacks. No offense.
Or
It's just
fucking
actually
war on
accurate.
drugs.
But that's
Same
literally...
shit.
Yep.
Same shit.
Literally what happened.
But no, hey Lebowski.
Have you guys-
That's your mom.
Have you guys...
My mom loves me.
Have you guys ever seen
Cheers,
the...
Mama.
Carbot, have you ever seen the Netflix documentary called like The 13 or something like that?
Oh shit, that's crazy, David.
Terry just sent me a story. 24-year-old died because an e-cigarette exploded in his face.
Jesus, I could see it.
I
I
wouldn't
can't
use those
imagine
fucking
it
things.
exploding with such just ferocity that
it
it's.
was probably one of them
How
fucking
about a fucking
crazy
whatchamacallit
modded
phone?
ones.
What was the phone that blew up last year?
Oh no, there was
Samsung
Samsung
Galaxy.
Yep.
the notes.
But
They're
they
still
had
not
huge
huge
batteries,
batteries.
and it was acid that fucking just melted into their face and shit.
No, but literally, like
The
the
e-cig
documentary,
shit was-
the 13th, or the 13,
Hey,
whatever
he
it
was
is.
up.
It's about how they have suppressed the black community and essentially like how they are arrested more than anybody else.
Yeah.
And how all of that ties into it. Like, if you are black, you are automatically, not automatically, but you are more likely to be arrested for drug dealing.
Your percentage is way higher. Yeah.
Everything increases.
I like to Get Out for that reason. When you watch that movie, and the guy
Yes.
was like, I was the passenger. Why do you need to see my ID? Why do you need to see any of this shit? And she's like, no. I mean, later you find out that she's fucked up.
Yes.
But no, you don't need to see his stuff. He doesn't have anything to do. No, I asked for this. You show it to me. God
If you guys
Carl,
have
what's
damn.
Basque country?
everybody has Netflix on this couch, right?
Yes.
And most of our viewers probably do too. If you haven't watched Trigger Warning yet by
I haven't watched this.
Killer Mike, watch that shit.
I need to see that because I
That
heard that's
motherfucker
really fucking
is-
good.
Is just for people in general, and literally trying to make people think about the decisions they make, and not only support black people,
Probably not much
so to
longer.
say. It's more to just support your fucking community. And if you do end up making more money than you thought you would in your fucking life, you put your money back in your community and reinvest.
Very
And not
intrigued,
just
Carl.
not just leave your community or where you grew up. He's
Do
a
you-
fucking awesome dude. He's
Do you
a
remember
rapper.
watching the old Cribs where they it was the Red Band's Cribs,
No,
and
I
he's
didn't.
fucking deep in the hood, and I mean, to literally ring his doorbell, you got to touch wires together. But he's got a box of fucking
Oh
money
yeah,
on his fridge.
yeah, Red Band. I thought you said
And-
Red Band.
No, Red Man.
Yeah,
And he went to cash his fucking royalties
I know
check
which one you're talking
and
about.
his welfare check on the same fucking
Tim,
day.
you're reading the same thing that I'm reading. Right?
Twitch chat? Yeah.
So, Carbot, do you
Oh,
do you
he
think
saying?
that's like militia? Do you think it's like the mob,
Spain
or is
is
it
a country
the
of
government?
most people
I would
killed.
never think Spain.
You got to read what he's saying for the Facebook viewers too. Spain is the country with most people killed and no found.
And none
Around
found.
1
Around
million
1
people.
million people.
Wow. Total or like per year? Because that's a fuck ton of people.
These
Either
people should
way.
be putting money back into their community. Like, motherfucker, I ain't put $1 back into my community and other shit. I buy it
And
Target.
fucking taxes, man.
taxes.
It's
are
fucking hard.
bitch.
I mean, we aren't sending our taxes anywhere else. We pay taxes here. We do things here. We do
But
advertising here. I
literally-
pay my money here.
No, what he's talking
I
about
buy
is
here.
40
like
years
the
of
city
dictatorship.
block
What
we
do you-
grew up
Oh
in.
yeah, Spain's.
Wait, which part of Spain are you living in?
He's in
Barcelona.
Yeah,
The city you grew up, or
what
the,
is, there's two, oh shit. Catalonian? What is that?
the city block you fucking grow up on, though, you could buy that block if you actually like come onto some money because you're successful outside of the people that you grew up with on your block. So now you're helping people that you grew up with or people similar to where you're from,
Yeah, see?
rather than moving to a separate place.
See
and
what he's
not
saying
knowing
right
your
there? I'm not,
Catalan.
Catalan.
that's I see where he's coming from. That's a independent, I want to
I think
misquote
that
it.
goes a long ways because if you can make it out of that neighborhood, that inspires the kids living in that same fucking block that you're controlling and helping these people think that they can get out of that neighborhood too.
I agree with you.
Whether it's a
bit.
trap or a good neighborhood or what.
I've showed my wife where I grew up as a
I
kid.
used to think Slime's a
Yep.
trap town.
We had a
It's a mentality.
huge house on a corner. I mean, we had a full corner lot and everything, and it was 5-bedroom, but it was 5-bedroom, 1-bath, full basement. And at the time, I remember my mom owning that house, and it was $70,000. And I'm like, man, the fucking house that I own,
5-bedroom?
the house that I fucking own is more than that, and it costs more than that, and it's significantly smaller. And then you go back and you see some of these things too. And we went back and I visited that house, and the people who owned it were selling it, and it was like $280,000.
Yeah.
And I mean,
That's another thing too.
it's only been 15 years.
You,
I'm like,
you
how
keep,
the fuck does that change 4 times the original amount?
you keep a property
in
that
15
you
years.
originally, my parents probably originally paid $35,000 for.
Oh, I
you
doubt. I bet you they paid under 20.
And
I bet you 20 years ago they paid under $20,000 for whatever house they owned.
yeah, I wanted to say
It's
it was like
fucking crazy.
$150 a month or something
Yeah.
stupid. Now have that house today, and you're rolling in dough.
Yep.
Like the shit pays for itself.
Yep. I mean, and it's
So it's not
so
only
hard to see.
reinvesting in your community, it's just putting your money right where you have it,
Or
and keep it there.
how inflation hits you.
So in 30 years, you're like, God damn, the shit. It's just paying for itself.
You want to invest
Your money's working for you.
You want to invest in the neighborhood and things like that. But a lot of people are actually seeing where those prices hit, and it is real estate. I mean, that's something I am. Oh, we're gonna get real here. I'm completely against the downtown renovation, and the only reason I am against the downtown renovation is those properties are owned by two places, either realtors. Yes, please. Either realtors or Randy Leister.
Rusty.
Is it Rusty?
Yeah, Rusty.
Okay, Rusty.
It's not Rusty. It's his mom.
It's one of the two people.
Yeah.
So they're owned by that. So every bit of detail that goes into downtown, every bit of renovation, profits in their pockets. It doesn't profit in everybody else's pockets.
No.
It causes those prices to go up. And we've all seen what happens with the Leister properties is, hey, you establish yourself, he buys it out from under you,
They make it to
and
where
then open your business again.
they make it to where the fucking community can't profit.
Exactly.
Or open a business within the community.
Exactly. So when Blue Sky bought their business...
And they wonder why people want to get the fuck out of Salina.
Yep. Blue Sky bought their business, and since then, that property value has increased fourfold. Woo! You poured that all over
So
yourself.
why the fuck is this so foamy?
Well, you threw mine.
You tossed
That's why.
it.
I didn't throw mine. It was just as bad.
How do you say this? I can't really read.
Catalan?
Catalan.
Well, the actual
Like Catalina.
What's
Carblot.
Carblot? You got my sympathies, bro. They've been putting you guys through some shit.
But
Summer.
downtown,
Are you
the
looking up
prices
right now?
have just skyrocketed. So now you want to get a place that's downtown.
Come on,
And
Wikipedia,
it used to be
Catalina.
$600 to $1,000 a month. Now it's $3,000 a month.
Yeah.
So
40
now
years of
imagine you're a small
dictatorship for
business.
their
What do you have
their
to
colony
do
people.
to make $3,000 a month just to pay your overhead? You have to do $15,000 in business. How are you going to fucking do that as a burger joint, a diner,
Fucking
an ice
antique
cream
store.
shop? Yeah. How are you going to fucking do that? You're not. You're not going to fucking do that. That's why a lot of these places that are jewelry shops, antique stores, everything like that, where it's been owned by somebody before, they stay in business. But a lot of the places where that price is skyrocketed, you can't. You just can't fucking afford to do that.
Is there something to
can't.
find there,
So
Carla?
it sucks. And now the
I
downtown's
mean, if
getting
they're
renovated.
archaeologists, obviously
It
looking
just
for like
supports them.
bones, history, something.
It increases
something
their
of
property
that
Well, I
value.
mean, sure. There's tons of.
Well, yeah, I
of
know
history.
there's tons of history, but like, is there a specific thing that they're looking for, or? I'm intrigued by this. Trying to find the big berries.
But I mean, to
But
be fair,
what would be
Jason,
in those big berries?
Like they're creating a monopoly out of this shit.
They
It's
are.
been a monopoly forever. So why isn't there somebody else going, fuck that monopoly, let's make it better downtown?
Because
Well,
how are they going to change the area that it's focused in?
Because
And if they already own the property, they have to buy the property out from under them. And then what
doesn't
happens
matter,
with
fuck that. You create a whole new city block.
maybe,
Uh,
but where are
west
you going
of town,
where are you
or
going to put that? That's
wherever.
what they were trying to do out by Walmart, and that fucking failed miserably because the city itself, because of people who were on the committee, voted against companies coming out there. I mean, politics.
There's
it's
still
always
methods,
politics. Most
There's still
massive.
ways to do it
People
and get rid of that.
I don't know that there are ways to do it that don't involve clearing it through city.
Are you talking
Yeah.
like?
There's also a lot of city money like on the fucking
I'm
table
very
every year.
intrigued by this.
By some
What does he
places.
mean? Or they
Like
mean
for us,
by
that
most
could be
massive?
what else
Did we ever
was
sign up for that?
Suppressed population.
Like suppressed population?
Yeah.
Okay,
We should.
okay.
Get some fucking monies.
I gotta pee again.
Carla, have you ever been to
What did-
America?
What did Dave say?
Would you like to
When
come?
you expect a society to do the right thing, you're
He's saying
fucked.
human beings are pieces of shit.
Humans are abysmal. We do great things, but most of it's greed, man. That's why we had to outlaw murder. Because people would just do that shit if it wasn't legal.
That's
Illegal.
probably true.
It is true.
Yeah, people are fucking
People-
assholes.
yeah, people
It
still
was
do
me.
But
Oh, I totally dumped him there. Just
But
waiting
no.
for him to come.
What percentage?
yeah. Oh, Jesus
What
Christ.
percentage of people do you think murder people
Bad.
Do it.
today? What percentage of people do you think?
At least my
murder
fucking wife. She talks about it all the time.
people? Like,
I looked at her Amazon
1%?
history and it
We're
was
gonna
cards
lie.
about
Las
hey,
Vegas
I
is
would
not
murder
paradise.
you, blah blah blah.
Trust me,
Yeah,
Las
I mean,
Vegas is a fucking
like
shithole.
1%.
People would murder people. I bet you it's above 10.
Wait, do people all? Do you guys all think that
Chinese
like
gay
Las
sex.
Vegas is like the great place in America?
I don't know what that means.
Is it because of all the lights? Because it's really not that great down.
It's one of the only
down the
places
strip.
that are lawless.
No, it is. It is. It's a fucking
lawless.
Florida. Florida is a fucking lawless
And the
wasteland.
best
Jacksonville.
Or
Jacksonville.
city, Vancouver, Canada, Paradise to Las Vegas. Wow.
The taxi driver. Ah! No, but for real, like.
Fuck off, Tate.
But yeah, like I don't know. I've been to Vegas and it's not as great as it's perceived to be.
No, it's touristy. It's so
It's very
touristy now.
I would much rather.
Oregon's a hipster state.
Oh,
It's also
I-
state
I'm about to go to
measles.
Seattle. Oregon is. I've heard it's dope. I can't have no
Oregon?
complaints.
It's great. Yeah, it's also a hotspot for anti-vaxxers, so that the measles outbreak can just fucking flourish. Last
A state to repeat. Hey, at least you have a state to repeat. Maybe it could be worse.
so
Twitch stream must be a lot more responsive than Facebook. As
everybody
far as-
knows KU's gonna win this game.
We live in
chat.
Kansas, so it's a,
They
a
were
much smaller-
behind,
KU's
and then
gonna
they were
win.
tied.
There's no doubt in my mind that KU's gonna win this game.
Bruce
Really?
Weber? Bruce Weber?
Really?
Bruce Weber, he's all right, but let's go to punches.
No doubt in your mind.
The KU's gonna win?
Yeah.
No.
So-
KU's the better basketball team.
If they lose,
Always.
Tate will do
Always.
X. Tate will buy next week, even though it's Chris's
100
buy.
push-ups.
That's bullshit.
You
No.
do 100
Can you do
push-ups.
100
at
fucking
Whatchamacallit.
push-ups?
Yeah, but you do it every time you have to go to whatchamacallit. You're just telling us about how you do 90 seconds of fucking
It
up
sucks.
downs.
I'm gonna break them down. I'm gonna do 50 at a time.
Good fight, good night.
Good fuck. Isn't that the celebrity deathmatch? Oh man, I was just talking about that the other
Marilyn
day at work.
Manson.
I don't know
Celebrity
about
deathmatch.
I love that show.
Alright, we're gonna close early.
Oh,
Thank y'all.
cans.
Oh, no, it's
cans,
9
cans,
o'clock.
cans.
Fuck.
It's 9
I know.
o'clock,
The
dude.
hour went quick.
Cheers.
I tell you guys.
Cheers to
y'all.
you.
You're
And
doing
your
Carl
Catalonian.
Hey,
We're
Carl,
gonna wind down.
tune in
Fuck
next week.
that. Fuck all that.
But
Come visit. Well, I'll give you a free
Tennessee,
place to stay.
go to Nashville.
No,
Tennessee
also-
whiskey.
If you have a,
Georgia? No.
if you have a webcam, Carblot, as vocal as you've been through fucking text, we'd love to have you on the show.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll put you
feel
on
free.
from Barcelona.
I give you a place to stay in Kansas.
If that's legal in your
I
country.
would.
Nashville's dope. Nashville's dope.
Nashville is nice.
But for real, if
Colorado's
you've got a
better.
webcam or whatever, join us. We'd love to have you.
Peace
we
out.
want people. We want you
Message
We
us.
involved.
always like to reach out for everybody.
Rate the same beers. Do all of the shit. That's all we
Wait,
want.
do you like country music?
Yeah.
Can you
fuck
sing me
that
some
guy then.
smooth Tennessee whiskey?
Do you like T Swift?
You're a sweet.
If you like Willie Nelson, you're cool.
Strawberry wine.
Stop it.